Hey, I'm Daniel the Dungeon Master. Welcome to Cats and Crowbars. I'd like to start off saying we use Syrinscape. It's a great tool for musical soundboards. It does fantasy as well as sci-fi and modern. And then we're going to pass it off over to Chris.
Hey, my name's Chris. I play the half-elf bard Lesnalor. And, yeah, we're gonna have some fun today.
My name is Chloe. I play the sorcerer, the kobold sorcerer, Squeech Kobash.
I'm Tyler, playing the human barbarian Volgar.
I'm John. I play the half-elf Abram, who loves the forest.
I'm Wes. I play the dashing cat rogue, cosmic creeper, not just creeper.
Okay.
And I'm Morgana. I play the bard Aquia.
Okay. Can we turn her up
That's
just
fine.
a little bit?
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry.
All right, Morgana, if you want to do
That's what
a
I
quick
have to do.
recap.
I think
Fun can be. We hit the town of Forceford, where we come across some snake oil salesman with Frederick Ray Butcher, alchemist, written on the side of his cart. Any of his magical cure, though, which appeared to work, and we're not quite sure how. We started splitting up into town. Lesanor, some sort of music store, but ended up finding instead something much more important. A woman called Madame Violet Hayes, rather prominent in the town. She tells him about the first meeting with the Timber Maiden and just what happened and how this curse seemed to have befallen their humble city or town. Prince Weed went off to go on a drinking bend, with Bulgar getting more than just a little drunk off of Cord's challenge. Because he also heard about some great fights out in that forest. Critters. To tell the group until we were already going. And didn't do much of any importance outside of finding people who are religious in the town tend to keep their religion as, even if it hurts. They seem to be dying. Come back together. Allied help from Manzel. Get ready to go off on their way. With Tonka the Gnome to grab some fishy potions. All the notable things that happened in the last game.
Okay, so our adventuring party, which is as of yet unnamed, they find themselves in the town of Forceford, which is on the outskirts of the Caramont Timberlands. It's perpetually locked currently within fog, and they're suffering from an affliction dubbed the Wither. A unknown entity posing as a god, though the party does not think her to be a god. She calls herself the Timber Maiden. Perhaps if they meet her, they will be able to tell. But they talk to several people, including the daughter who owns the lumberyard in the local area. Discovered that her husband was one of the first victims of the Wither. This strange affliction that takes an entire lunar cycle to complete. It consumes their vitality and leaves them a husk, which then revives to become a zombie to walk amongst the woods. The party then heard about several dangers out in the woods. Before they went out, they procured tinctures of depetrification, and they were warned that because it's a tincture, it has to be applied to the skin topically, and is only effective within the first minute after petrification sets in. So if anybody suffers from the petrification from a local basilisk horde that wanders the woods, make sure that you distribute the tinctures, because equipment also gets petrified.
May I ask how many tinctures we purchased?
We purchased 3.
Oh God! And how many uses do we get out of those?
1.
God! Yeah!
We
Let's
did
go.
get every healer in the party.
Let's do it.
Look, I spent 75 gold on these tinctures, okay?
That's a lot of gold. Fair enough.
There are 25 gold per tincture. They're
But if you don't want to use them, we could use a cat statue.
Oh my God!
We could use a cat statue.
yeah, the tinctures are about a shot glass size. Being a tincture, they reek of alcohol.
So don't drink them.
I'm sure I'm not supposed to drink them.
You are not supposed to drink them,
Unless your throat is petrified, I suppose.
right? You have gravelly morning voice.
You talk like this, so I need a tincture of depetrification.
Get him on with a pack of smokes.
Sweet, sweet chocolate. I always hated it.
Alright. So, anyway, after tinctures. Sorry. I derailed your thing for a sec.
No, it's fine. That was the last thing they did. They found some boarded up shops, a few others that were still working, and a magic shop who is currently suffering from lack of business because none of his wares can protect people from the wither. So people are basically shunning and ignoring him.
Wow. Bunch of a-holes.
Oh boy.
Okay. You also found out that guards get paid to escort people out into the woods to give their tribute to the Timber Maiden. Other people who might know the area would be the huntsmans and trappers who also wander the woods. But you guys gathered up with Mansell Watkins to set off. He's a little wary about the hearing of basilisks.
It's okay, we're level 2, he's not dying yet.
Yeah,
That's how
right.
it works.
No.
But you guys, I believe, at the end of last episode, gathered at the edge of town, and we're about ready to.
We were in the forest with the owl. The owl who we're getting close to where they left tribute for the Timber Maiden. I remember that because you're talking in like owl hoot, and then it just popped up and it sounded like that's perfect.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are out in the woods, and
All right.
Did we already disseminate the potion, or just scatter them amongst the group, or are we gonna have to?
I
Do you want
believe
to say we did that, or
I believe Abram is holding on to all 3.
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have to do that? Okay.
Say honestly, we should probably, if we're going to split that, like in a combat scenario, if we're going to have the party in like 2 different areas, like one group is going to be in the front lines, the other group's going to be in the back. We should have the majority in the front line, but we should throw like 2 in the front line, 1 for the people who are going to be in the back.
Okay.
Well, I know for a fact that I'm not going to be in the front. Says Ophelia, just she doesn't look like a fighter.
It's like I know for a fact with this, I'm going to stick with muscles over here, and he's going to be pointing at the barbarian.
I'm skeptical to give it to our barbarian friend just because of tendency to drink alcohol.
I'll hold on
Smells
to it
like
if you wish.
alcohol.
Okay, I'll
Just chews on the glass vial.
That's
just
That's flavor.
A little bit of iron in your diet does not kill you.
Beer.
I will give one of my tinctures of depetrification to Les, and then I will give another one of my tinctures of depetrification to Afflia. That's right. So I will.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest the healers take the tinctures either way.
So 2 of us in the front have it, and then Afflia in the back.
I'll write that in manually because whatever.
So, you guys distribute the tinctures, and surrounding you guys, Mansell stares out into the woods. It's pretty dense. There's heavy fog. If you remember, the visibility during the daylight is only a quarter mile out. It is less so under the boughs of the trees. You cannot see the night sky, or not the night sky, the day sky. The sounds of wildlife do permeate.
Anything threatening sounding?
Make a perception check.
Indeed.
I
was kind of on the side.
standing.
There we go. Oh no. 7. I think. Yes, 7.
7. No, you're kind of just staring at this raccoon that's chittering.
Buff? Oh, it's not the buff one?
It is.
Oh man, that buff.
It is.
Raccoon.
Aphia is going to be standing by Manzel, kind of using him as a guide as she has switched about 50 feet ahead, listening and sniffing around.
Okay. You guys...
Should I roll perception for...
Yeah, go for it.
Advantage, because he's listening and sniffing, not looking. There are creatures. There are creatures.
Anybody else, while she's doing that, gonna do anything?
I'll be
You guys didn't find out where the
stump.
Yeah, the stump is. You guys know that there is a stump. You don't know the location though.
So we're looking for a stump or in the right place. Nice.
No, they heard that there's a stump in a clearing that all offerings are placed upon.
I am going to...
the Timber Maiden knows who places an offering upon the stump.
Since they told us it was essentially straight out of town, a couple hours due east, and we've gone due east and it's been a couple hours, I'm going to do a perception check to search around to see if I can see the stump.
Okay. I don't remember if you guys did a survival check to travel, so we're just going to do that now.
Okay.
And we're going to take this to see if you guys manage to stay on east. Because anybody who's done navigation knows
Get your pace count.
how easy it is to lose track.
Inspired.
I'm inspired?
Yes.
What did you say?
Survival?
Survival?
Yeah,
I got
one of you does it, and then somebody. Well, you.
I got a 16 for what it's worth.
I got
Is
a...
that good?
Wait, inspired means I...
You can roll a d6 in addition to it.
Yeah.
Or somebody else can take an aid action to give you advantage, and then you can add your inspiration on top of that.
So my original survival is 8, and then roll a d6 on top of that.
You can add a d6. Yeah, roll a d6 and add that to it.
5, so 13.
And then somebody else wanted to aid him.
No. What did
10? 5. It's so shiny.
Okay, well we'll go with the highest number.
Did I keep us on east?
Fairly.
Fairly. I'll take fairly over no.
Cat woke
but
up and
you can-
started walking.
Yeah,
East! We're headed east!
As you guys had left the town, the cat had come charging out of the mist to catch up. His head, like his hair, just like huge bedhead.
Duck up to the side.
Is it a mohawk bedhead?
It would be but it's only from one side. So
Or like that
half
old, like hipster flock of eagles. Like,
Oh, God.
Or flock of seagulls.
Flock of seagulls, yeah.
I want to change your nickname now to hipster.
Oh no.
I was trying to
Cosmic
nickname
hipster.
Cosmic
No, it's like
hipster.
my guys trying to have nicknames for everyone,
Like-
and only one person so far has. Two people have nicknames so far. Everyone else, I'm still deciding. But
Okay, so you can go ahead and make a perception check.
I missed my sentinel shield.
I know you don't have a sentinel shield this time.
That's 16.
16? Looking around, you can hear wildlife rummaging from tree to tree, just leaping. You manage to catch a glance at a squirrel. You can hear crows. No sign of a stump or a clearing. You can hear off in the distance, though, the sound of running water. You have passed by a river before.
I remember that they were transporting logs down to that.
Yes. Yeah, the northern clear-cut fields, they send the logs down the river, and they catch them in giant iron nets.
So the running water is running from north to south?
Yes.
So we could theoretically use that as that way's north, that way's south, so that way has to be east.
That way's north-ish, but yes.
Yeah, north-ish.
But it's a rough...
Because, they do divert every now and then.
Rivers.
Yes. Well, no, I'm just saying like in a general aspect of it.
It's about as effective as using moss to find north.
Not very.
I
But if you're transporting logs down there, either the river has to be extremely wide or it's going to be as straight as possible, because if it's going to be winding, they're going to have to constantly be moving the log around.
Yeah, that's why they use the iron nets to catch them and then divert them down a stream of their choosing.
So what are we doing? Are we traveling on the river now?
No.
Oh, okay, sweet.
No,
So
you guys have stopped in the middle of the woods. You guys believe you're traveling east.
As long as we're not traveling west.
There is nothing really to guide you because of the lack of sunlight.
I mean, we have the tree hugger over here. I mean, he should be able to do something.
Survival-ish.
Well, not necessarily survival, just do something. Like,
Just remember,
find a stump. How hard is it to find a stump?
just remember that you guys can aid each other. It means that you don't roll yourself, but you give the
They
person
roll.
advantage.
Well, I'm gonna
While everybody's debating, in my mind, the easiest way to get over this is to climb one of the big trees and see if I can see the sun. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right, make an athletics check.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Also, Switch's perception was 12. He's 50 feet ahead of us.
22.
22. All right, you begin climbing up the tree. It's birch. You have to cling desperately for the first 12 feet before you can get to actual boughs. As you continue climbing up, the fog is really thick.
Thick?
Like super thick,
Okay.
like pea soup.
2 C's.
It actually seems to get a little thicker the higher you get up, which
That's not natural
is not natural.
at all.
Natural.
You look around and you can see quite a few trees, just the shape of them from through the fog. Go ahead and make a survival check up here.
That's 13.
13?
Yeah.
You've been traveling for a few hours. You guys left early in the morning after having breakfast. It's kind of hard, like the diffused light. You can't see the actual sky. You have a generalized idea which way east is because it just seems to be a little brighter in that direction.
Okay.
You're not sure if you've kind of been traveling in that direction, but it's really hard to gauge because of how diffused it is.
Okay. I climb back down. And
Switch's perception 50 feet out was 12? Okay. Switch can hear growling in the distance. but it's hard to tell through the fog where it is, and he relays that information out to you.
She's listening through his ears so she can hear it.
So yeah, you can hear it. It's hard to tell through Switch where it's coming from. You can hear several growls. They're not threatening. There's a couple of yips, but nothing that is like excited. It just sounds like a small territorial spat.
Just your average wildlife sounds. Nothing
Not
special.
not average.
Above average?
Yeah, this sounds. It
Just
sounds
your-
like predators that make a nature check.
Nothing out of the ordinary is what I'm saying, right?
Nature.
Not you. You
She's
can't
good
do
at
this.
that.
Oh, sorry. They're talking to me.
Sorry.
Good thing it wasn't me.
Sorry. What did you say?
Huh? Oh, I'm still. Oh, she's rolling for a nature check.
Yep, nature check.
Hearing this.
Okay, yeah,
Please
it was a
turn me up
14.
on
Good
the
call.
speaker or something.
All right, so 14 nature check. Sounds like wolves. You've been the brunt attack of dogs before, so you can tell. Sounds like one really large one and a few smaller ones. From what you can
Okay.
gather, you can't tell where they're at, but they haven't detected you either.
She'd probably come back to herself, moving, just the forest, like a bunch of, and making up as much ruckus as we can. Can we go a little bit slower and try to not attract attention?
Why would we not want to attract attention? I don't
Not
understand.
all of us are really good at fighting, and I happen to be one of those who's
But-
not good at fighting.
I prefer not to
but
have
I'm good at
holes
fighting.
in my clothes.
Manzel at this time goes, honestly, it's a good idea. We can stealth ahead and not attract attention.
I don't understand why. This
What
doesn't
is
make,
this
this doesn't,
word?
this doesn't make sense to me.
Can we try and then maybe something is asleep or something, and you can sneak up on it all on your own and kill it?
And bash it in the head.
It's not a very fair fight.
We also don't want to.
Consider the game.
If the basilisk is in the forest and we start fighting some wolves, we don't want to attract the basilisk.
Yeah.
So I'm with Awfully on this one.
Fine, I'll try to be quiet.
All I'm saying is if your hands get petrified and they shatter, you can't punch them. Oh god, wait.
Then
no.
I'd have
You
gloves.
have stone hands! I made a mistake. Forget everything I said. Never mind.
Well, hey, you forgot something. Eventually, the stone hands turn into stone body, and stone body means you can't fight anymore.
True.
I really
And then I can take
Stone Hands
and
now.
then I can take a stick,
Kind of wish I had stone hands too, actually. This is kind of cool.
and then I can take a stick and just poke you, and you just knock over and shatter into a million pieces, and then you got killed by a bard.
Let's try to avoid any,
Try to be
any
quiet.
stoning.
All right, so you guys are going to be moving at a slow pace and stealthing.
A slower pace,
What armor
yes.
is Abram wearing?
I am wearing chainmail.
Chainmail.
Classifies as heavy.
Yeah, you might have disadvantage on
Yeah, it's
stealth.
heavy.
Disregard.
Chain, I think.
Is the lowest heavy, I think.
Bruce.
I will waste my last bardic inspiration to help.
Whoa! What an
It's not
waste.
exactly a waste.
No, I'll
No,
say a
it
waste,
isn't.
but I will give Abram an inspiration. Just
Yeah, because my dex is real low. If you can.
so this will probably
Right.
offset a little bit.
Wait, what is your dex?
-2.
Oh, well, at least you're not claws
Yeah.
for hands.
Chainmail, you have disadvantage.
So I will give you inspiration just to
So does that?
alleviate. No, you still add your
Yeah,
d6
it's
to
just
it, but
D6. Okay.
So you
but
have
I have
whatever-
disadvantage.
you have disadvantage -2. Add d6 to whatever roll you
Okay,
want.
cool.
All right, everybody, go ahead. I do stealth like this as a group stealth. That way, people who have disadvantage or aren't naturally stealthy, still have a chance.
So
Sorry,
I hope you roll well.
That's
first one was 9. Second one was 5. So 5 minus 2, that's 3, and then plus 5, so 8.
So just remember, almost every encounter that I have is optional, though probably not with your barbarian.
19.
10.
I rolled a 10.
Oh.
Okay, 10, 10,
8.
8, 19.
Roll stealth.
15.
15.
What did you roll? I'm curious.
10.
Was that after or before your additions and subtractions?
That was after my
Oh, okay.
additions.
I rolled a 4 and a plus 6. I need to get this dice.
What did you get, Morgana?
14.
14.
14.
Yeah, when she said 14
So
the
the
first
thing-
time, I just
so-
looked over, I saw the 4
What
and
you're
the
saying
10,
is-
I'm like, yeah,
Girl or
14.
whatever.
The 3 squishies are quiet. Everyone else
Okay,
is...
so as you guys begin crunching through the woods, a few twigs snap under boots,
Some chains rattle.
a bit. You stop for a moment and grab some pine needles and brush and actually try and weave them slightly through the chains. It takes you guys a little bit longer to move through the area, but you don't seem to garner the attention of this pack of wolves.
We're still heading
Yes.
east, right? Just confirming.
Keeping an eye on the barbarian to make sure he doesn't yell at them.
It's been 10 minutes to get to hit something, so...
I'm getting pretty bored.
I climbed a
A
tree.
couple of those twig snaps are just me purposely stepping on them.
Yeah, hoping something.
You're being very
shows up.
quiet and
You
doing a little
guys
bit of a stage whisper.
You guys press, stopping for a moment, you actually see a slinking silhouette of a four-legged beast with bony protrusions jutting out of its back
I
through
grab the barbarian.
fog.
Do I see it?
You do. You can see it just
right.
out of
No.
range,
And you're saying
everybody,
one, right?
everybody stops as you guys see the silhouette of this dark shadow. On all fours, it is the size of you, Volgar.
I grab the
Pretty big.
barbarian.
It is a very large four-legged beast, and you can see bony protrusions jutting out of its back, and several smaller four-legged beasts also silhouetted at its feet. One nips at another one. You hear the barking snarl of a wolf, and the low guttural growl of the much larger wolf, nipping at their heels, and they move forward and continue on. You guys breathe a sigh of relief as you guys move past. You guys actually traverse over where they were walking, and the footprints in the ground you can see are the size of your shield.
How big is your shield?
It's not a tower. It's just a standard
It's just a
shield.
standard
That's still
shield.
pretty big.
I think we should go after him.
Yeah.
God, no.
Hey!
Barbarian.
So
Nice.
it's
Volgar.
your shield is about the size of one of those chair backs.
As much as I'd love to go after them, they have no loot to give.
That
So-
you think of. I grab the
Actually,
barbarian.
with a survival check, you can harvest, and you can get actually quite a bit of money.
I grab onto the barbarian, fully prepared if I have to put my whole body onto his back.
Oh no.
Probably still run off with me.
Yeah, about to say, I'm pretty sure you just keep going.
But
That's part of the plan.
you guys stop looking down at the massive paw prints in the soft dirt. You guys press on, and you come to the banks of a swift-moving stream. It is roughly 10 feet from bank to bank, and you can't see how deep it is.
I go in the water now.
Can I check, just kind of as we're walking through the forest and as we get to the river, can I check for any interesting flora in the area?
Go ahead and make a nature check. Or survival check, sorry,
Nice
survival.
So,
That's a lot.
22.
22.
Roll that dice from now on.
That's a lot.
Right?
That's a good one.
You actually see several vines,
Okay.
creepers up some of the trees that produce what looks to be little finger-like berries, about 2 inches long. This is a nature's gift.
Can I go and I'm going to take as many as I can.
Okay, you harvest about 2 uses of this. These nuts, well, they're berries, but they're very hard on the. They've got like kind of rind.
Mm-hmm.
They can be compressed, and during a short rest, they can be applied to make like a compress that heals 1d4.
So 2 extra d4, basically.
2d4 healing. And I said I got 2 uses of it?
Yeah, you gather 2 compresses worth. So 2 uses. Okay. It requires a medicine check to apply, of course. So, with that, you also, near the edge of the river, you can see across the way blackberries.
But that would require crossing the river.
It requires crossing the river.
Well, I got rope for what it's worth.
Can we try to determine if we're still on the right direction going east?
No.
Yes, this will be a survival check.
Or is it going to be a group survival check or?
It'll be one of you will make a survival check, and somebody can give it advantage if they want.
For what exactly? Are you trying to
I was determined
the
that
river yourself?
No, determine direction.
if we're still going the correct direction.
Oh, okay.
Octavia can help him out.
Okay, so you've got advantage on the survival
Advantage.
Survival's not very
Oh,
good.
okay. So 4 the first roll. Yikes. 12 the second roll. So advantage it's 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
It's later in the day. It's getting much harder to determine direction through the diffused light.
Mm-hmm.
But you believe, based on the position of the river and the fact that Volgar, about 30 minutes before, said that you guys were headed east, you believe you're still headed east.
Cool.
But this river, or this stream, appears to be swift moving, and you can't see the bottom of it.
Again, I have rope, just in case.
I've got 50 feet worth of rope.
Yeah, me too.
Now, a lot of you, if you have the adventurers pack, should have a lot of rope. And same thing with like dungeon delvers.
How wide is the river?
It's 10 feet bank to bank.
I try to jump.
Wait, oh my god. Wait just a second. I've got it.
You can try.
You want to try to jump? How much is what? 10 feet across?
It's 10 feet.
If we give someone the rope, they jump across,
So
tied to a
with
tree.
10 foot leap.
I was gonna say I was gonna.
Wait, who's
I was
small?
gonna make
You
you
just throw
something.
somebody who's small across.
We do have something very small that only weighs like 30 pounds.
That was 25.
I'll throw something too.
Can they carry a rope?
Okay.
Yeah.
That they
Yeah,
could,
hands.
because,
So,
I mean, they're
if
sitting
you
in the
take-
tent crew mat.
If
What
you
about your
take
familiar?
a 10-foot move, you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score.
I was also gonna say, like, couldn't he just hurl her familiar?
So,
I don't think she's told anybody about her familiar.
well,
yeah,
disregard that.
you
Oh, okay.
nobody know. Some people have some suspicions that because they keep seeing a weasel in the area,
Random
and
weasel.
it seems to act like intelligent.
I like the weasel. It ran with
I've
me to
picked
battle.
up the weasel and lied about saying it was my.
Yes. So you're the one that has the most inkling that something's not right, but
It followed me to attack the zombie.
it did. So yeah, you too would know that there's a strange weasel, but whose it is you haven't figured out yet. But
Just that
it will take an athletics check.
Oof.
You've
7.
Oof.
7.
Oh, no, that's acrobatic. Sorry. 12.
12. Okay, much better. You. You didn't grab the rope beforehand. You just jumped.
Just jump.
damn.
Yep. And you. Just huge gout of mud just sprays before you as you land on the other side. your backside gets a little wet because you touched the edge of the river, but you made it across safely.
Alright, I forgot I got a crossbow. I can just shoot the rope across. Since
Oh, hey,
Dingleberry over here jumped without a freaking rope.
Hey,
we should try jumping across the rope.
I'm just expecting the rest of you guys to follow.
Runs
Why
without
can't you
rope.
guys make it?
Hey, Muscles, why don't you come back here?
No, let's just let him get horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
Let him stay over there. We'll just crossbow the rope across. Here, catch this. Accidentally shoot him in the hand or something, but whatever.
So, are you gonna use
Yeah, I'll use my hand crossbow. I've got plenty of bolts. I want to shoot the rope at a tree nowhere near him.
Okay, because crossbows aren't meant to be used like this, I'll say you can do it with disadvantage.
Okay. What am I just rolling?
Just
in
roll an
general?
attack. Roll an attack
Roll an
against a
attack.
tree. It's not a high AC because it's a tree.
12 plus
just
disadvantage.
Dex, or just disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Your character sheet will tell you what your attack score is.
Oh, 10 plus 6, so 16 is the lowest.
16?
Yeah.
Easy. Because I doubt you have 10 plus 16.
No, 10 plus 6. 16 total. Sorry. Guys, okay. 16 is my final answer, Alex.
Alright. It's a little... You're not sure it's going to fire properly.
I mean, as long as it gets the other side.
It's bulky on one end, but easy enough. It just...
Okay.
It seems to hold as you give it a quick
Well,
test.
I'm going to have him tie it around the tree. He says it's a 10-foot river, right?
It's a 10-foot river.
Yeah,
It's not very far.
Yeah, plenty of extra rope for him to tie it around the tree and give us some... You want to say something?
I was gonna. Hey, Volgar, tie that rope to a tree. You know how to tie a knot?
Takes the other end of the rope.
Yeah. Just pulls it up.
just tie around you. I'll pull your.
I'm not
crap.
he can just hold on to the rope and we'll just...
What? I'll tie it to a tree.
It'll be survival check.
Survival to tie a rope to... I want to see this. Ties hand to a tree. Oh, you
Way
rolled-
too high.
You rolled good. Darn it.
17.
Ties self.
You've tied a lot of knots. It's a staple of being out in the wild. So you tie hitch. You guys have one end of this 50-foot rope, and the other end is tied to a tree.
Oh, we should probably tie our side to something. Or are we gonna...
I was just gonna
all of us at the same time then? Because...
Or we can just all tie ourselves to it.
'Cause once we
and
get in
then
the water,
we pull
we're gonna
ourselves
go
and he
down
pulls
the-
us.
I'm gonna attach myself.
Just jump.
The thing is, if
are
we
you
tie-
tying a loop in the rope, or are you just going to tie extra rope to the rope?
I have.
Ropeception? I don't know what's
I don't
going
know
on.
what's
She
going
said
on.
she was going to.
Attach herself.
Squeak was going to attach
Yeah, I'm
herself.
gonna attach
Or
myself
himself.
to a creeper here.
Oh my god, it's Cosmic. The first name is Cosmic.
I know. I can climb up the tree.
Yeah, we'll just-
tie it up higher, and then you guys can climb another tree and then swing across.
There you go.
I was thinking about that when we first hit the river.
I'm sorry, but my name is not George.
Rope swing. Well, okay. Squeege on
I mean, I could
backpack
put alligators in this river, and it.
And, oh my god. Never go in the water.
So what we're going to do, we're going to run across and then jump on the alligator heads and
Yeah,
hop over?
that's literally what the joke I was
Okay,
going
so
to.
I've got Squeege on my back. What are you two doing? And her. What are you guys doing?
So I'm gonna just take the rope and kind of wrap my hand
Yeah.
around it so I got a good grip.
Are
And
we
just
all
kinda,
together at the same time? 'Cause like I said, once we get in the water, I'm afraid it's going to wash down the river. Not really wash, but how are we going to get
but
back?
if we tie it to a tree, it would
Oh, yeah,
I can't
so
really
we already know
untie it
those-
on the other side.
Yeah, that's
You'd
true.
lose the rope, but you'd make what's called a ford. So
I don't like American cars.
While these guys are debating, I'm gonna go help myself to some of those blackberries.
Oh my god, he's gonna eat all the berries for you. Whatever.
Just-
Alright.
I'm gonna sit over there
slapping
cut
them.
blackberries for popcorn as I'm watching these guys.
How are we get across this river?
make a nature check.
Oh god.
Oh god, are
Eats
they blackberries?
the wrong berries.
Nightshade.
Oh god.
7.
Oh, that's not terrible.
There's a huge chunk of this patch that is just broken, and all the berries are missing. But you think nothing of it.
Hey, maybe we shouldn't go across this river anymore. So alright,
You don't
wrap
know
your
about
hand
it.
around. You wrap your hand.
I'm wrapping my
I wrap
hand around it.
One of
Just
my
kinda...
one of my hands.
I'll be attaching myself to the paladin.
Yeah, we'll all
Okay.
just kind of wrap ourselves up in the rope at random places and just kind of get across the river, I suppose.
Okay, make.
It's a rope. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you guys are using the rope Everybody make athletics checks with advantage.
Since she's
Ooh,
on my,
minus one.
since she's on my back, can she aid me? But if we're already gonna,
No,
if we're
I'm
already
attaching myself to the
Squeak is
paladin.
attached to you, like physically.
so he
So
can't help
he
me.
can't help you.
You can do
Here's
it.
what's really interesting is
Yeah, I
that
can give him
my
a
dex
support.
is -2, but my
That's it.
athletics is +5.
You said
Well,
advantage?
Because it's strength, yeah.
Acrobatics.
Yeah,
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Oh, you said advantage?
Advantage
Yeah.
because you're using a rope.
Okay, so I rolled a 21 because I rolled nat 20 with a -1 modifier.
Nice.
What
But then you add your
What did you say this was
You
again?
said
I'm
with
sorry?
advantage?
With
Yeah, with
advantage.
advantage. And
Thank
which?
God.
What are we running or rolling?
Athletics.
Oh.
Because you guys aren't jumping across, you guys are
Damn it.
fording across using a rope.
Jumping,
Like the one thing.
jumping across, can I have used acrobatics for that?
No,
Okay.
it's an athletics thing.
Oh.
Now,
Alright.
if you were parkouring from tree to tree, acrobatics, but
Okay.
14.
I
14?
rolled a 15 minus 1.
It's okay, you've got a rope, you're
Hey.
fine.
I rolled a 20 minus 1, so I got a 21. Because somehow math.
Yeah, everything makes sense.
Oh, you know our house rule, if you roll a natural 20, you add your proficiency bonus on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 isn't
That's why it's
guaranteed
weird.
success like it is in other
Gotcha.
games.
Okay.
Okay, so nobody rolled below a 10?
No.
No?
Well, the first time I did, but
Yeah.
The first time I rolled a 3.
I rolled 2 the first time. Pretty bad.
And I'm like, oh.
So you guys managed to. It's a little hairy at parts as some of you bump into each other as you guys are all using the rope to try and swim across. But luckily you have this anchor to a tree on the other bank. The swift current actually helps guide you across to the other bank. You know, fulcrums. Who knew?
Wait, they actually know
I'm
about
trying my
fulcrums
rope
in this time
recovery.
period? They know about fulcrums in this time period?
I mean, fulcrums are one of the earliest
I know.
machines. All right.
I'm gonna get my rope back for the record.
Copy that.
Also, reload my hand crossbow, because I'm not gonna forget that this time.
You have crossbow master, right?
No, I didn't took mobility actually.
Oh, yeah. That's
That's
gonna
why I'm
suck.
reloading it every single time I use it, outside of combat at least.
Okay. Just remember you can't, keep it loaded for long periods of time because it'll
Oh,
wear on your crossbow.
okay. I was not aware. Well, I'm still gonna reload it because basilisks or wolves and stuff.
Yeah, just be aware after at a long rest. If you've had it loaded the whole time, I'll have you roll, and based on it, your crossbow may break.
Oh my god.
It's like new Vegas all over again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, fudge. It's a shame that none of us have mending.
Yeah, man, that's
I mean-
that's an amazing cantrip.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it soon.
One
More
more
line.
line.
I'm gonna take friends though.
Ooh, friends is a good one. So you guys managed to get across. Volgar is staring at you guys with,
Just
just
face just covered
just-
in
oh, yeah.
blackberry.
it's like a pie eating contest.
Yeah.
Out a couple times.
You're just slamming into his face. Whatever gets in, gets in.
Yeah, that's how he's always done it.
Whatever sticks.
As long as within 10 feet of him, the ring of prestidigitation gets used again. To clean a lot
You're a
of-
little sad because you were saving some of that for later.
That's the good stuff.
Crustables.
Yeah.
That's the grossest version. All right, you guys are safely across. You guys detach the rope from the tree so you don't lose it. There's now that you're all on the same side, you can see like a large chunk of this blackberry bush is highly damaged, looks trampled, and it's stripped bare of berries.
Vulgar, did you do that?
Bear.
Vulgar's just got like all the berries on his. Nope.
No. Like seeing how much damage this is, it wouldn't be remiss for the barbarian doing
Yeah, I would
this.
just assume barbarian.
yeah,
Did you do this?
I don't know.
What berries? All like,
I like
blue
berries.
all over his face.
In his nose.
Yeah, he just like shoved it in his face. He just got everywhere. He's like, what
If
berries?
it was not the barbarian,
Sorry, what did you say, Morgana?
gate the bush to see if it was the barbarian
Investigate?
or something else.
Make a nature check. And what?
I was going to say, since we're like crossing the river, some place that we haven't been to before, would it be alright if I can roll another perception check just to check out the new area to see if there's anything new that we can see.
Yeah, go for it.
What's the temperature like outside? Is it pretty cold?
It's pretty cold. It's around like 57, 60.
So me being the considerate companion after seeing these guys get soaked, I decided to go find a tree nearby, that's the smallest tree, to chop down to start a fire for them.
Oh, how sweet. That's so nice.
I rolled a 14.
14?
You do love me.
Looking around, there's... It's just more fog, more trees.
Just anything out of place from what we've seen
fire.
besides the
It's
holy bush.
quieter. Aside from the river, you don't hear any birds. Oh, Offlea, you don't...
I have a feeling about that.
It could have been the barbarian that damaged that tree. Or not tree, that bush.
Exactly. It was totally the barbarian.
With it suddenly being quieter and not knowing what time it is, I feel like I want to roll a nature check just to see if I could recall something like Paladin.
Yes.
Hippie.
Huh. Sorry, what?
Wouldn't it be kind of odd if things are suddenly quieter?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Like no birds. Weird things happen. I'm from a city. I don't really know too much about nature.
Of course, nature is quite loud.
Yeah. So if it's suddenly quieter, it's usually signs of... Do you have any ideas?
Usually, all the smaller, lesser animals will flee if there's a larger apex predator in the region.
At that time, I'm lifting my hippie ass axe, chopping down the tree.
You start chopping down a tree?
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah,
I'm chopping
yeah,
down a
okay.
tree to start a fire for them. 'Cause I'm
Go ahead,
considerate.
make an attack.
Because it's kind of odd how everything around here is awfully quieter than normal.
Swings axe at tree. Yeah, it's really quiet out here.
Oh, let's see. What is that?
No, there's no birds, no small critters.
Well, it might be because
25?
someone is destroying their home.
That's you. Whack!
Sure.
Whack! Go ahead and make roll damage.
What's your axe damage?
1 to 12.
Yeah, it's D12 plus his strength.
So let's see. That
That's
is
what that is.
15.
15? Yeah. Just whack! Whack! Five swings in, you hear this massive just thunderous crash of this large tree.
That face.
That face is pretty great.
A single tear.
Fulgar!
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
Trying to help you guys out. You look cold.
I look around. Are there any dead trees in the area that he could have used instead of the living one?
Make a perception check.
There's a dead tree right there.
Oh, you almost got that.
Oh, 8 plus 3, so 12.
12.
Or sorry, 11.
Yeah, in forests, normally,
There's always
like,
dead
the bottom few branches are usually dead, and you could just break those off.
Volgar. There's a much easier way to do this.
As
This
he
wasn't
reaches up and just...
I present some branches to you.
That's too small for a fire.
How big of a fire? Are you making a friggin' signal?
Forest fire.
Can you
I
use
just-
wood for fire? Isn't it wet?
At that point, I'm just gonna stand there, just kind of like look defeated. I want to go to the stump of where the tree was and just kind of like sit there and just kind of put my hand on it and like.
Lay on hands doesn't work
No,
on trees.
well, I want to thank Wild Mother for giving us this offering and tell her they don't know what they do. Please forgive them.
You gotta make a religion check.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh my gosh, I am
My
rolling
sweet
bad
baby
today.
Mother Earth.
7.
I'm sorry.
That just means you're gonna roll really good later.
Yeah, I know,
Get
right?
the low rolls out now when you're apologizing to a
9.
stump.
9. You're dumbfounded by
What you
by
just
somebody
said.
who's allegedly an outdoorsman himself,
Lots of trees.
cutting down a fresh tree. You know that takes like months to cure and dry out to be able to be used as firewood.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You Easier to get all the branches this way.
I just have veins through my helmet. You can see.
Jesus.
Over check comfort.
Did we alert? Well, there's nothing really around to alert, so never mind.
I mean, if there's anything around
As-
to alert,
It's quiet.
As you say that, you hear just
Wait,
And
what
the
was that? Say
sound-
that again?
the sound of
Didn't quite catch that.
like heavy footfalls
Something reptilian? Would you say?
and the sound of a dragging body
No!
A dragging body.
across damp needles.
Why don't we all just climb up the tree?
Go.
All right, as something reptilian begins to approach out of the mist,
Alfred is looking down.
yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Copy that.
Copy that.
Oh my god.
Daniel the Dungeon Master here, and this is Cats and Crowbars.
Okay,
All right.
Open.
Welcome back. You guys are standing in this gathering of trees. One of the trees has just been cut down, and you hear the sound of reptilian bodies being dragged across needles. You hear the. I need everybody to roll initiative. As out of the fog, 2 basilisks come charging.
Alright, God damn it, muscles. Oh, I forgot to ask, is this PG or not?
Try
It's
to
not.
keep it? I'm trying to. Jesus. Okay, good.
Okay.
I try to keep it PG, but.
Oh, I just want to make sure so I don't say anything I'm not supposed to say again.
Okay.
19 minus 2.
Alright, so in a second I'm going to ask you guys what you guys
There's time, so
got.
don't worry about it.
I kept it fine.
Alright, anybody in the 20 and over club?
No.
What did I say?
21 or 2.
21.
Me 3.
Jeez.
23 for
Yes, or yeah.
23 for Ophlia.
She was ready.
Apparently.
Alright, 15 and over.
Oh, it's
17.
16.
Alright.
That's 17 with minus 2 initiative. So.
17
impressive.
for Abram. 16 for Cosmic.
What, the minus 2
That's,
initiative? Can you fix that?
Use his full name. It's
We can fix
M1
that.
Abram. Alright.
Anybody 10 and over?
12.
12.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
12 for
Oh, jeez, Rick.
9.
Les.
Oh, barely less than 10.
Oh, jeez, Rick. And 9 for Volgar. There we go. Alright. Top of the round. Ophlia, followed by Squeege, then Abram. Ophlia, what you doing?
Okay.
You're right here.
Hearing them. She's not going to be looking at them.
Okay, averting your gaze. Your familiar is wherever it's supposed to be. It's not popped out.
He's with her. Like,
Yeah.
he's not
in
in.
a satchel or something. I
He's summoned?
It's not.
Okay.
He's not
Oh,
summoned.
okay.
Alright, good. So I'm taking him off the map. So you're right here. You've got one over here and another one over here.
imagine. 2 on 6.
Here's
These
only
odds.
20-foot cube.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
2 spells. So, since the spell is a far enough range to do that, the Southern Basilisk
Okay.
take a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, you're gonna have to move. You cannot see it because of the tree in the way.
Oh. I guess you would.
There you go. Alright, dexterity saving throw. What spell are you casting? I'm switching dice. It fails. What's the spell?
Fairy fire. So it
Fairy
is
fire.
now down with. I'm gonna go ahead and make it not green, blue light.
Okay, I'm gonna, because you would optimize its spacing, so there it goes. It is now, that area erupts into motes of light. It clings to all the bushes and the ground, and more importantly, it clings to the basilisk. Everybody now has advantage on it, but if you're averting your gaze, it just becomes a straight roll because averting your gaze gives you disadvantage.
So, pardon me for having to ask, but if I don't avert my gaze,
You immediately get struck by the eye.
so I have to turn around and
No,
walk
no.
backwards or
You
something?
just avert gaze.
Okay.
You just stare at your feet or look up at the sky.
I see. Okay.
You're just not looking.
like you said, avert. Okay, I got you.
All right. So you've got a bonus action and the rest of your movement. What do you do?
If I do Sasuke,
Rest of the movement, she's gonna go back to kind of where she was just to get a human shield,
Okay.
and she's gonna go ahead and inspire our wonderful paladin.
Inspired.
Okay. Paladin is inspired.
Haha, I feel inspired now.
Ha
For the
All
third
right.
time this
Yeah.
session.
I feel there's nothing I
Yeah.
can't do.
All right. Squee followed by
This is for the
Abram,
tree.
then Cosmic. So Squeech, it's your turn. Squeech.
Give me the tree.
So you're standing right here. Do you avert your gaze?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide behind Cosmic
Okay.
and go ahead and cast a mage armor on him while I'm at it.
What does that do?
Okay.
It's like 13 plus Dex.
Yeah, your AC is your 13 plus your dex.
So 17 now. Temporarily.
So, wild magic though.
Yeah, wild magic soccer roll.
Yep.
Oh, here we go, boys! Burn it now!
Oh, 4.
Okay, you're
Safe
fine.
for now.
So you now have mage armor on.
So my AC, you said it's 13 plus Dex? Yes. Okay, so 17 right now.
Okay, you've got bonus action in the rest of your movement, but I think you're hiding, so
Yes.
no bonus. All right, Abram followed by Cosmic, then Leslinor.
Okay,
You can go ahead and move it yourself if you want.
Yeah.
Are you averting your gaze?
I am averting my gaze.
Okay.
And I am gonna, let's see how far I can move. I can't really tell. There's a tree in the way.
Oh.
Oh, that's
You
like
can stand
Well,
up.
the tree's not like there anymore, right? Cause we did we hit the
It's-
fire?
It's
No.
there.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
knocked over, so
Yeah, I can't
Felt.
really reach too far behind the tree without.
like
You
where do you want to go?
stand up.
Like here?
Okay. Yeah, I want to go over here.
Here?
Yeah, I want to go like right over here, up to it before I get into the
Right here?
in there,
Look,
and I want to just.
fire only is on the moment that it happens. If
yeah, you
step
can
into
enter
Oh.
the area. It doesn't continually blanket the area.
Okay, I thought it was
It's
blanket in
just-
the area.
A one and
It
done,
is.
if you will.
It's just that that area just is illuminated.
Then I want to get up to him, inverting my eyes, and just smack down with the long sword.
Okay. Roll to hit. It's a straight roll because he is affected by fairy fire.
Okay. 6 plus 5, so 11.
Okay. 11
Mm-hmm.
misses. You just barely too, as like trying to keep your
my
gaze
eyes
averted. You swing and it ducks out of the way and just hisses at you.
Okay.
This is in Basilisk.
You know, that kind of thing. All right. Next up, you've got a bonus action if you want it.
Yeah, I was about to go to it. Nothing for now.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Cosmic, followed by Leslinor, then Volgar.
Alright, sweet. Let's see here. 5. You play every diagonal 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so.
Yeah, non-Euclideal. So, in previous editions, it was Euclideal, and to resolve it, they made it like every other was 10.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. If I'm here,
Can I sneak? Yeah. Can I sneak attack him or
Yeah,
no?
are you averting your gaze?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have
Okay,
to.
yeah. Because he's being harried and you don't have disadvantage, you can sneak attack.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah, if you had disadvantage, then
No
you wouldn't be
sneak
able to sneak attack.
that makes sense. All right, so then
Oh,
I just roll a.
useful.
Yeah. So you just roll.
Just roll straight.
Okay. Roll. 15 plus
Hits.
Yeah. Okay. So
They're
that's and then so
Meat
that's
shields.
2d6. One for the. So the +4 isn't added to the
No.
The +4 is only added to the initial attack, but not the sneak. Right.
It's only had once.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. So 6 +4 is 10, and then sneak attack 1. 11 damage. Or well, unless there's like resistances, 11 damage.
Alright, 11 damage to the first one.
And then
You got something else?
well, I do actually have bonus actions, but I mean, all I can do is dash and go back. So I mean, I'll stick.
Meat shield?
I'll stick around. I got that good AC going on, so I'll stick around. No bonus actions for now.
Okay. As you come charging, you look away, but you can see the beacon of light and hear the sound of a sword crashing into the dirt and the hissing of the basilisk. You take aim and fire and hear the sound of pain shrieking from the monster as its many legs, stamp into the ground. All right, next up is Lessenor followed by Volgar,
All right.
then the basilisk.
I actually really like this spell now because it says that they can hear me, not see me. So that's good for it. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on this guy.
Okay, are you averting your gaze?
It's a save. I'm not doing an attack. It's a wisdom saving
I
throw.
know, but at
Yes,
the beginning of your turn.
Yes, I'm averting my gaze.
Declare.
And I'm using Dissonant Whispers. And he's going to be hearing the song Friday in his head.
Okay.
Oh.
It's Saturday.
Right.
I don't
That
care.
is pretty disturbing. That spell.
It's a wisdom saving throw, and on a fail, you take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Jeez.
On a success, it cannot move into an obviously dangerous ground, such as a fire or a pit. On a save, it takes half damage but does not have to move.
Okay, so wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Hold on a second. So.
It fails. These dice love you guys today.
Yay! Finally, something loves me.
Yeah.
I mean, parents don't count.
Yeah, parents don't count.
All right. So how much damage did it take?
3d6. So.
36.
Pretty good.
What shit?
Okay.
8 damage. Oh, I rolled a 2 on a 1 and a 5.
Oh.
So yeah, it
I
hates me.
rolled the 6.
Except for the last
and
one.
the 1.
Okay.
And it now has to move as far away from me as it can for its reaction,
All right.
which allows the paladin to use his reaction.
How long is me jumping last time?
Can I do attack of opportunity?
Yep.
So-
You get an attack of opportunity
Hee.
because it moved technically willingly.
So
Technically.
Sure. You want to call it that?
So attack of opportunity 1d8.
It moved out of its way, under its own power.
Oh, I see.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
push or
pushed.
shove.
It wasn't pushed
Oh,
by Eldritch
epic.
Blast or somebody shoving.
4 damage.
No, you have to roll an attack.
Oh, duh. I'm so stupid.
Oh.
You miss again. You swing
It was
wide.
so fast.
Yeah.
You get tripped up by its tail hitting you.
Why do you not like me today? A lot of money was spent on
Okay.
these dice.
Any bonus action?
No, I have no bonus actions anymore.
Okay.
Nice.
You got your movement though.
I'm gonna stick with the barbarian for now.
Okay.
Muscles is my human shield.
Okay.
Fulgar, you averting your gaze.
That's a good question.
I mean, there's no real. I mean, I guess there's a slight benefit to not averting,
Well,
unless.
see, the problem is all these guys are too far away for me to get to.
Okay.
So, you know what?
Uh oh.
I am not going to avert my gaze.
I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Constitution saving throws.
As even frightened and running away,
Well,
that basilisk.
I'm not looking at how I'm going.
Yeah, no, but he
Okay.
still has like 360
Oh.
vision.
Gotcha.
What? That's impressive.
50 feet.
No, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope, you don't.
So I didn't have to do it either. I'm right next to him.
So
It's just good to know.
Yeah.
But
So-
when you get close enough, you have to make it then.
Alright, so I don't have to make a saving throw?
As soon as you get close to it, you will.
Alright, so I am going to throw a javelin at this guy.
Okay, yeah, you're too far away for its gaze to affect you.
Yeah, and I missed.
What'd you roll?
Let's see, that is what,
What do you
11?
11?
Yeah.
You rear back and throw the javelin, and it just lands just next to it as it, dashes to the side and then begins charging forward. You got a bonus action.
So now I'm going to take my movement. So I threw my javelin, so now I can avert my gaze, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just going to stop there.
Okay, your gaze is averted.
Yeah.
Technically, it's supposed to be at the beginning of your turn, but I'm gonna allow it for this one round.
Okay.
How many javelins do you have?
I think I had. How many did I have?
Okay,
I think
and for your bonus action, are you going to rage?
Oh, what a question.
Good question. I will.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I mean,
About that. I held on to that thing the whole last game and didn't get to use it.
go ahead and put
Thank you.
that on you. Alright, you are raging as you just bite down on your lip and just smile. You can hear
Curse over
you
your
can
breath.
hear battle coming as Basilisk charge up. 15. He's right there. Attacking you. Does he get to turn around or does he have to continue fleeing?
Oh no, that's only for this turn.
Okay.
Let me just double check, but I think it's only for that one turn.
Okay, well while you're doing that...
Yeah, it's just for its only for its reaction. It has to run away.
Okay, and then it can come back.
Yes.
Okay, so... Attack. 18 to hit you, Volgar.
Jeez. 18 to hit me, that hits.
Okay. Alright, you suffer.
Oh, well, there goes the other discount whispers I can use.
7 points of piercing damage,
Which I
halved
resistance,
to
so-
3. So you take 3 piercing damage, and then you suffer
What, there's
7 points of poison damage.
Oof.
Oh, that's a big oof.
Quick house rule: if AC or if attack matches AC, does it go to the defender?
right?
No, the attack, it overcomes the AC if
Oh.
it matches.
Okay.
Okay, so tie goes
That's-
to attacker.
If saving throws or whatever, if it hits the saving throw number, it saves.
Okay.
That's per player's handbook.
Okay.
All right, that's turn. This is turning
So
around
Ty goes
then.
to die roller.
1, 2,
Ty goes to die roller.
Attacker.
2,
yeah,
3,
whatever.
4. So yep, there we go. Right there.
Prosecutor.
Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay. So it just bites down on your shield as you're just like looking
Wrestling.
away and like just hear the
Yeah, exactly.
and it just hisses in frustration.
Hisses and vessels.
Yeah. That is the end of the Basilisk's turn. It's top of the round. Offlia followed by Squeege, then Abram. Offlia, it's your turn.
The one basilisk is still lit up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a
So long as
crystal
you maintain concentration. And are you averting your gaze?
He is averting her gaze. Action or bonus action or free action to summon switch.
It should say on there that it's if it's a bonus action or action under the spell.
That's not good. Pulling that out, I'm like, let's see how it looks.
Oh no, I'm just using it as a
Oh, I
ledger.
know,
That's
I'm just cracking a joke on it. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, you're getting an AoE checker out. Oh, that's not gonna be fun.
I just want to see who's within the range.
I'll roll mine anyway because I'm gonna be running up there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I forgot to put Mansell in the fight.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that him?
I literally had him, but he's
He's
not in
right-
the initiative order.
Oh, you mean like initiative wise? I was like, it's dead right there.
Yeah, sorry. Let me get Mansell in the
What
initiative.
are you doing?
Let's make it up for
He was just really scared that first round.
He was just chilling, you know?
Yeah, he was just like, oh,
6 seconds of
It's like,
terror.
oh shit, it's a basilisk.
it's a snake.
Snake. Mushroom.
Okay, so he's after Cosmic. With a
Badger.
15. All right.
action then.
So it's an action to summon.
Switch.
Okay, I've got Switch. Where do you want him?
Gonna summon Switch like under the tree, like he was in the tree.
Okay.
Switch can't get petrified, can he?
The northern side of the tree.
Okay, northern side of the tree. Yeah, Switch can get petrified.
Oh, okay.
Does he have eyes and is he alive? Yes,
I always
he can
pictured
petrified.
the familiar as like a astral ghosty.
It's a little fey creature, but yeah,
Oh.
it has a body.
Tiny
Okay.
little face.
It is corporeal, if you will.
Yes.
It's corporate.
He should have 30 feet, yeah. French averting his gaze because he's smart like that.
Are you sure?
Bring him to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Up next to the basilisk.
This one up here.
Which one?
Yes.
The lit? Oh, okay.
Okay.
And use the help action to distract the basilisk for Volgar's next strike.
Okay, so okay, yeah, I'll say that works.
I'll allow it. It just starts
He is going into
tripping.
harm's way
Tripping
to
weasel.
help.
Tripping.
Yeah. Okay. So that.
Nobody uses it.
So he is now making a commotion at the basilisk's feet, and the basilisk begins turning his head rapidly.
What would you prefer, healing or
All right.
running away?
Bonus action and movement.
Healing.
Healing.
She's gonna move about 15 feet to be next to the tree.
Okay. There you are.
So we're almost 30 feet in between the two people carrying the basilisks, so that should help.
Yeah. So there you go.
For sure.
Okay, her turn. Next up, we've got the Squeege, followed by Abram the Cosmic.
Where are you at, Mr. Other Bard? You're right.
You're actually hiding behind me.
Right there?
Yeah, he's the soul leaving his body. Miniature.
I'll cast Mage Armor on him. True.
Cool.
Okay.
Then my AC goes to 15.
It's a 9.
Is that good or bad?
I mean,
It's good.
It's good. As long as it's not a 1, it's good.
Oh, this is
All right, you now have Mage Armor, and you don't have any bonus actions.
Actually, can I use my sorcerer points, like written sorcerer points in an extra spell slot?
Yeah, it's been a while.
yeah, I don't know
I
the specifics.
don't remember if it's a bonus action. It should say on your
Yeah, it
sheet.
says that, so it's a bonus action.
Oh yeah, then you can expend sorcery points to.
I'll just do that instead of taking a spell slot for that.
You do
Well,
it.
you use the
spell
spell slot to get it
and then
back.
you just get
Yeah,
it.
that's
yeah,
good,
yeah. One
So
for
there
one.
you go. You've got your spell slot back.
Sweet. That's my turn.
All right.
M1.
Yep. M1. Then it's Cosmic. Then Mansell.
Okay.
Are you averting your gaze?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, averting my gaze. Gotta decide if I want to do it. So, I am going to hit him with
Oh, you've got.
Thunderous Smite.
Okay, so you cast Thunderous Smite as a bonus action.
Yep.
I believe it says bonus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast it as a bonus action.
So I'm going to swing, and then it adds. So it's that damage, and an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target.
Yeah.
If the-
one next time you hit.
Yeah.
So go ahead, roll to hit.
18.
Hits.
Ooh.
So that's. Let me see. Let me get to my other one. So that's 1d8 plus 3. So 3 plus 3, 6. And then
2 more d6, right?
yeah, and
That's
then
nice.
2d6. So 6, then 2d6 thunder damage.
These aren't D6s.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
They're special d6s.
They're 12-sided, but 6 twice.
Okay.
Basically. 6 again, so 12. And then additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay, strength saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
Where is it?
Cosmic Bee on deck.
I'm ready, don't worry.
Okay.
I know what I want to do.
Where is it on this app? I really don't.
It'll be 8 plus your plus 2, so 10 plus charisma because you're a paladin.
So plus 3 charisma.
So
So
there you
8
go.
plus
It's
5, 13?
13.
13.
All right. It's Constitution. It
Was
makes
it
it
strength?
barely.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, so is it?
Strength. You said strength, right?
So strength.
Yeah, strength
Oh,
is plus 3 as well.
It makes it by 1 then.
Damn. Okay.
It's okay. This means he's within range.
So I did 12 damage to him though.
Okay. Marking it off. All right. He's looking.
Rough?
He's looking hurt. He's not rough
Not
just
rough.
yet. He's on that slope though. He's
Swing my
bleeding,
sword and you should-
bleeding heavily as you reach back with your sword. Your holy symbol glows with yellow energy as a lightning bolt just arcs off of it. And you hear the clap of thunder as it strikes deep into its flesh. You can't even hear it scream of pain over the thunderous smite.
But the problem is, you don't know if it's a scream of pain from you hitting it or a scream of pain of him listening to Rebecca Black in his head.
And they don't know.
Is he still listening to that?
He's not.
He's not listening to it. He just heard Friday in his head for...
No,
Are you
Stuck in
sure
his head.
Dissonant Whispers? That sounds like it's a constant.
No, it's I read it word for word. It's just
Okay.
that one shot and that's it.
That's.
I'm just
so
saying,
good.
Friday is just like one of those songs that even if you try to forget it, it just shows up magically in your head.
I was actually thinking about it on the way here.
Jeez.
See?
Okay, so that is Abram's turn, unless, Chris, you want... No, you use bonus
I
action,
use my
you're not
bonus
going to move. Cosmic, followed by Mansell, then Leslinor.
So I'll avert my gaze and
Okay.
circle around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay, as you...
Start at
I'm
30.
guessing... if you move one more,
Mhm.
you will be flanking and will have advantage.
Oh, really? Like this?
Double advantage.
Well,
No,
I mean,
he's...
it turns into regular advantage 'cause I'm averting my gaze, but
Yeah,
still advantage.
actually, no, it's still just a straight
Oh,
roll.
still right. Oh, but it's very
So-
fired, I thought.
Yeah, but, advantages and disadvantages don't stack.
Oh, okay.
They
that's
just either cancel out or you have advantage or disadvantage.
fine. Well, then I'm gonna.
Well, good being-
There's optional house rules to stack
Yeah,
advantages,
but
but
it gets complicated. That's fine. All right. Rapier and sneak attack. God, I'm dying. There we go.
There you go.
that's going to sound great in recording.
Well, you can
Yeah.
you can cancel it out. 12 plus 6, 18.
Hits.
Alright, so D8,
Smackdown.
D6. So D8 gets plus 4, 8 plus... It is plus 4, yeah. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus... Jesus, 6 is 18.
18 damage.
Max damage.
Nice. Alright, he's looking very rough as you stow your crossbow and pull out your dagger.
I can't... Okay.
I mean, you're dual wielding?
Well, I guess not, no. I think I can do that, can I?
No, as... I
Okay.
mean, you could just swap your crossbow over to one, but it's worthless because you don't have
Yeah, exactly.
crossbow expert. So you can do a swap as a
Alright.
free action.
Okay. We'll swap for sure.
Yep.
And then bonus
Alright.
action. Oh wow, we'll call
Yeah,
it good. I
You got
high
bonus
AC.
action. You can.
I got
you
high
can-
AC. I have the highest AC right now, actually. So
Right, but you can also take the dodge action
really,
as a bonus action. Cunning action lets you take dodge.
I thought it said it was. I thought it was just dash, hide, and something else.
Oh.
Disengage.
Oh, okay, so sorry. I thought it would. You
Yeah,
could
no.
take dodge.
I mean, I'll take a dodge.
Sorry,
I mean,
no. If it doesn't say.
it's fine.
It's sad we can only do the 3 Ds of dodgeball instead of 5 Ds.
Disengage is kind of worthless to me, admittedly. So it's either dash or hide. So
Yeah, and you can't do either of those right now.
yeah.
Okay, so this one is looking extremely hurt. You can see the blood pooling at your feet.
Is it black and Icarus fever?
It's actually slightly gray. It's kind of a grayish red.
Okay.
And it's already thick and coagulating.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Alright,
Just
so
looking
next-
extremely hurt. Next up is Manzel, followed by Leslinor, then Volgar. So Manzel is going to.
Manzel recovers from his.
He's
terror.
going to.
Wait, what's going on?
He's going to avert his gaze.
Back at the ranch.
Yep. Back at the ranch, he is.
You're finally awake.
He's going to cast Ensnaring Strike on his weapon. So he's concentrating now. As his large claymore vines begin to creep out of the handle and erupt around it, coating it with wriggling vines. He moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets there. And then he swings his sword around in a big swooping arc. Makes an attack. Vansel, what is your attack? Great sword. He misses barely as the basilisk ducks over the great weapon. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alvis comes charging up behind him, also averting its gaze, taking its hint from its master. But he is still concentrating, so I'm putting a concentration marker on him. But next up is... oh yeah, Ophelia should probably have one. But next up...
Fire's concentration.
Yeah. Leslinor followed by Volgar.
I am going to
There you go.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Well, that'll come off of him as soon as he hits. So
25.
try not to move the tree.
Well, I kind of
Yeah.
have to go around and there's a rage indicator. And I want to slap the barbarian with a Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Slap. Yes. Slap him. Yes, I'm going to be running past him too, so it's like slap, heal.
Wow, good game.
Oh, you're averting your gaze?
Yes.
Okay.
8 damage. He heals 8 points of health.
8 points.
And then I'm going to finish right there.
Nice.
And I do not have any bonus actions.
Nope. Alright. Volgar, followed by the Basilisk, then Ophelia.
Question. Just make sure I'm right on this. So for my hit modifier, yeah, it's your strength bonus plus your proficiency bonus, right?
Proficient in the weapon, yes.
Okay.
It should say right next to your weapon what it is.
Smack.
Yeah, I was just making sure because I increased my strength for that feat, and I never moved
okay.
my hit, so these are actually
Well,
higher.
the website should have done it for you on its own.
Yeah, I didn't have this updated on the website the first time. The
Well,
Tavern
smart.
Brawler feat.
Gotta love Tavern Brawler.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright. Averting your gaze?
Nah.
Constitution saving throw, just one.
That's not good. That is 14.
That's not
All right.
too goofy.
You stare down at it, and its eyes lock, and you see just a glint and a shimmer of gray across its eyes, but you just grin at it through your rage, readying your weapon.
Alright. Alright, I am going to attack, obviously.
Okay.
Alright.
And isn't Switch helping?
It's with advantage because Switch is helping.
Oh, with advantage? Okay.
Yeah, Switch took the aid action.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, thank God.
That's much better.
That hits.
It's 20.
That hits.
Hey,
Okay.
paying attention for once.
Not bad.
7 plus 5.
Finally, this one takes
What was
damage.
that? 12?
Yeah, 7 plus 5 is 12.
Yeah.
That's quick math.
All right. Do you have? And you added rage damage.
I did not add.
Okay.
What, two?
Oh,
So-
yeah, good call. Yeah.
So this is
14.
going to be the last session
Yeah.
that I remind you
How
about
does
rage.
rage work?
You get advantage
Advantage
on...
Yeah. Strength checks plus 2 melee damage and resistance.
Oh, nice.
You also take half damage from bludgeoning,
Yeah,
piercing, and
resist-
slashing.
And if you're talking about bear, everything but psychic.
Yeah, and necrotic, I think.
Nope, just psychic.
Just psychic. All right.
That's why I went stupid with that one that was going to make for ACOG's game, just giving him a ring of psychic resistance and totem there. I'm like, yeah, half damage to everything.
All right.
That's next. Who's next?
Yeah. because you don't have anything for your bonus action anymore because you're raging.
You can yell.
Yeah.
And try
All
to
right,
intimidate him to run away.
Basilisk. Basilisk is going to attack you.
Okay.
Now that's cocked. Forgot that. That's going to be a miss. Next one.
Freaking heck.
What's your armor class?
18.
Oh,
Oh,
16.
sorry, I'm thinking me.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
It
thought
also
you were-
misses.
I thought you said you were attacking Abram.
So, again, it's just gnawing on your shield, and you're just
Okay.
like, get off me! And you just kind of kick it in the face as it snaps off. It takes a small sliver of boot with it, but
Nothing
Yeah.
that can't be replaced.
nothing that can't be repaired. Alright, that is the end of the Basilisk's turn. Offlia, it is your turn, followed by Squeege, then Abram. Offlia, you're reverting your gaze.
Averting her gaze.
Yep.
Okay. Hurt. Switch is again going to take that aid action.
Okay, taking the aid action.
Roll in if you can. Athlia is just going to go ahead and shoot an inspiration at Mansell because he seems to be struggling to hit something.
The one time that he swung.
I know, right?
Oh,
It already has one, so she can't help
Freaking
him anymore.
jeez.
Stand down, Mansell. We've got this.
Ha-ha!
Rest in peace, Sharon.
Alright, Mansell's got an inspiration. Alright. You doing anything with your action?
Oh, come on. Do the classic.
You really can't do
Insult
anything.
it.
Nobody's looking too
The
hurt.
the
so.
classic
Yeah.
bard
I
move.
don't think Offlia has
Vicious mockery?
does not have vicious
Oh my
mockery.
God.
I know.
No,
I've
it's
made
fine. It's
I've
fine.
made
About to
fun
do
of
is-
her for it, but
It's fine.
There's a reason.
no, it fits. It fits.
Just use your action to insult it without the psychic.
Yeah, you
But
absolutely.
The move I'm about to make is
but I
commonly
did
referred to as an
Dissonant
epic
Whispers
gamer
because
move.
I'm really tired of not having an attack.
I mean, you want to cast
On the
Dissonant Whisper?
northern
You're a big freaking
Whispers
meanie
on the
guy.
northern basilisk.
All right. All right. What's your spell save DC, and what's the saving throw?
15 is my DC.
Okay. And what's the saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh shit.
17 total, so success. Roll damage and it doesn't move.
Damage.
Type it out.
I haven't even added it up yet. Give me a second.
Sorry,
Oh
you
my
just
gosh.
you just started breaking up. I thought you were trying to tell me.
I rolled 12 damage, so it'll take 6.
6. All right. Easy.
Still taking the health action because he doesn't use Aki action.
Yep.
I was thinking about
I
that.
was just
All
reading
right.
the
Squeege,
action
followed by Abram, then Cosmic.
I'm sorry. It's not me,
Squeege.
actually. Yeah, I think so.
Squeege, followed by
Oh.
You just
Abram,
grapple
then
it and
Cosmic.
then just crush its eyes, Game of Thrones
I
style.
think I can
right.
get a screenshot on that guy because I was
Okay, so
How to fight a baby.
they know to duck, so they don't count as cover.
Okay.
So the only person that has cover against you, actually it's total cover, is this one. You cannot see that one.
So I'm gonna go ahead and magic missile this guy then.
Okay, which would ignore cover anyways.
Oh, perfect.
Alright, so
Magic
level 1
missile.
magic missile, go ahead and roll damage.
No, it's damage. You don't roll
It's,
to attack.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just
yeah,
a-
magic missile.
No.
She's going for the wild magic, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
wild magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We're all like, wait, no, this is auto hit.
That's
1
Uno.
plus 1, so 2.
2 damage, alright. Hey, any bit
I
helps.
thought magic missile was 3.
It is 3 darts, so
Is it
at
three?
level 1 is 3 darts.
You roll 2 more times.
So 2 more times.
Yeah, you roll 3 damages, not attacks.
3
You ever
damages.
watch Tabletop?
No.
2.
3
So,
3 total.
and 2 again.
alright, so you roll
So 2, 4, 7? Two twos and a 3,
2,
right?
3, 2.
Yeah, so 7.
7. All right. As arcane darts of what color? You get to choose. It's okay. It's traditionally pink, but yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
most people,
Yeah.
most people choose like blue or green.
I was thinking pink also.
Yeah, it's since Baldur's Gate the game, it's been traditionally pink.
I would pick some weird random like the fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Lavender.
It's
No,
it's
not.
fire chartreuse.
No, it's
Seafoam
science.
green.
Science.
Seafoam green.
I'm a big fan of
Eggshell
science.
white beams, arcane darts, just boom, 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 boom.
Or a.
You see like the divots, just bursts of blood and ichor just following, leaving golf ball size holes in its lizard body. All right,
Stinky lizard.
Cosmic followed by Manseld and Leslinor.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try to
Oh,
finish.
sorry, it's Abram then
I was
Cosmic.
about to say.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, Abram.
Okay. Well, I got bad boy over here. I want to.
He's looking extremely rough.
Put a
Are you
pointer
averting
on
your
my kill
gaze?
board.
Yes.
Okay.
Averting my gaze. I am going to once again bring the smack down with the long sword.
Okay.
Hit him with the broadside.
Smackdown WWE versus Raw.
All right, as he with his shielded arm just pats his elbow.
Yeah.
That
11,
somehow magically jumps off a tree.
16.
Ooh, nice.
16 hits.
16 hits.
Roll damage.
1d8. 7 plus 3, so...
Oh yeah, you kill him.
Oh, yeah, you kill him.
You kill him. As you
Dead AF.
bring your sword down into its neck, it flattens out and moves normal.
It
Right,
deflates.
It's just like
Oh,
it's got 6 legs, 3
Oh,
on
it
each
does,
side,
okay.
and so it just kind of like
Oh, on each. Jesus.
yeah, 3 on
That's
each
a lot
side.
of
No,
legs.
sorry, 3 on each side.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
I was thinking of that, the Skyrim
It's
killing
not.
move where you
It's
like...
not very far. Yeah, it's not very far off the ground. Its legs are pretty stubby,
Oh,
so it just
so
kind of
it's-
just
it's-
like.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay.
So that's why it sounds like a dragging body as it moves.
I wasn't sure if that's what you were going for, but I don't know anything about Basilisk. Okay. That's what I assumed it was.
Yeah.
Alright. You want to move?
At least
Yeah,
it's not the
you-
Dark Souls Basilisk.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can move.
You
still.
have 30 feet of movement and a bonus action.
You've always had 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Man, it really looks like you guys got it covered over
Yeah, I know,
there.
That one over there is bleeding. It's still vicious and looking like it's gonna kill something.
Virile, if you will.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't actually know the definition of that word, but I got a good idea. At least.
I have a feeling it's going to be a very
Sorry, it's
fun
a page out of your
conversation to
book.
have later when it's like, so how'd you feel the barbarian? Oh, I slapped him.
I mean, Vax used lay on hands by slapping people in the face.
No!
Except for I hit a raging barbarian with a
Power
slap.
of Jesus into you.
I'm going to assume it was a good game.
I want
I
to
slapped my ass and I felt way better.
I want to move over to our barbarian.
5,
And that's
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's
Oh,
as
damn.
far as you can get.
Not close enough to cure wounds. So sorry about
Not
that.
yet.
I mean, I've already hit him with 80
Yeah,
HP.
he should be. Are you full health?
No, I'm
or
not full, but I'm pretty close.
30?
Then I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Next up is
I'm gonna do
Cosmic,
something
followed
very
by
stupid
Mansell
on my
and
next
Leslinor. Are you averting your gaze?
Yeah, should I can you can take your actions in any order, so I can bonus action dash and then move to
Yes.
the thing, bro, and just
Yep.
completely surround him.
You
Alright,
can also like break up your movement with actions.
Oh yeah, I always have my full movement. Is what
Yes.
you're saying, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna bye.
Yeah,
So
that,
5, 10, 15,
that's pretty much a null and void.
60, yeah, I can get there. Alright, sweet. So I'm gonna take my bonus action dash, get up behind him so he can't run.
Oh,
And
he
again-
can still run. Angles.
Oh yeah, that's true. Then
He
we'll,
can also still plow over you with an athletics check.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab him.
You can.
No, I
You
can't.
should-
I was on -1 to strength. I can't.
Hey, but the same strength score.
I'm gonna just classic rapier in the back.
Okay.
See what happens.
With
I tested
it's a
it.
straight
He
roll
loves it.
because he's flanked.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And, well,
Would that count as sneak attack then?
Yeah. If he hits,
11
gets-
plus 6.
So there you go. Because you don't have disadvantage, you get sneak attack as well.
Nice. 5, 3 plus 4, 7, 12 total damage.
12 total damage. Nice.
And that's the end.
As you come, your light cat feet just kicking up pine needles as you dash across the dirt. You slide dash around the tree and just right there. You hear the hiss and you just see the top of the basilisk's head as you quickly look away as it tries to catch you in its eyes.
How does dash work? When do I get to do dash again?
When you don't move.
So
you
same thing as
you didn't use your cat.
No, I didn't use cat. I just used regular dash.
So yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah,
so I can
you're
dash
fine.
again. Okay.
Well,
I mixed them up. Well,
your cat's agility.
Still, yeah.
Your cat's agility. You can use at any time, but in order to get it back, you have to stand still.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to figure out. If dash was the same or not.
No, it's not.
Okay, sweet. If I double my movement speed, I did the math. If I double movement speed and double movement speed, I'm moving about 15 miles an hour. No, it was.
All right, so Manzel's turn. Manzel
Sweet Mother Mary
is going to avert his gaze. He is then he's flanking, so he gets advantage.
My initial plan was to move on the opposite side of the barbarian, but I guess this works.
Oh, is
He's
it
going
Mansel's
to
turn?
use
Yeah.
inspiration because freaking garbage for hitting right now. He's pissed that he's using. All right, so hits barely with advantage.
Because I said inspired.
Stand
Inspired!
down, Mansell.
All right, so he 2d6 plus 3.
It's one of the weird things I like about Great Swords better than Great Axes.
7.
What?
It's 2d6, your minimum damage is 2.
Oh, yeah.
Just that one extra minimum damage.
It's a mild difference, but it is noticeable at times, especially at this level.
But Great Axes look so much
Alright,
fun.
as the vines from his ensnaring strike wrap around the creature.
He's got a basilisk stuck to his sword.
He's got a basilisk stuck to his sword. No, the vines actually detach and just pin right into the ground like a net. I just have to see if it deals extra damage. I think it does. I've never used Ensnaring Strike before. It does! Yay! An additional d6. Which is
finish it off.
4. It's looking extremely rough as it can barely move its head around. It's bleeding profusely. The green vines are quickly being coated in red. Well, actually gray from its blood. All right, Leslinor, it is your turn.
All right. Even if I avert my gaze due to the fact that I'm flanking, I still get sneak attack?
Yeah, as long as you don't have disadvantage, you can have sneak attack.
I was fully prepared to not avert my gaze, but I guess I'll avert my gaze.
Yeah. The instant that you have disadvantage, you lose sneak attack, no matter what the situation.
And then I'm going to attack.
That was hefty.
Yeah, I love
50,
that.
50.
That is a 12.
12 just hits. That's its armor class.
D8 plus D6, get a sneak attack.
Manzel rolled an 11 last time, and you rolled 11 twice.
Yeah.
All right.
That is.
How do you want to kill it? It had 2 HP.
Oh, okay. So, while it's being harassed, I want to leap off the ground a little bit, try to get onto his back, and then while it thrashes a little bit, I want to take my rapier and just embed it in the base of its skull.
Okay. You watch as the barbarian swings at it. Cosmic comes charging around the tree, stabbing it right in the back. Yeah, that's what the basilisk looks like.
It's a big boy.
You watch as Manzel swings his sword and vines detach from it, pinning it to the ground. As it hisses in anger, you leap onto its back, pull your rapier out, trying to balance on it. You pin it down, and with a final gasp, as the vines just slowly begin pulling it further and further down into the dirt, you can watch it sink in the somewhat moist earth from the nearby river. It sinks a good inch into the ground.
So when you mentioned Skyrim, I just immediately had the thought of like when they jump on the dragon, you just have the sword, and just like bash on it before you.
That's what I was thinking too. Is that
Except for I hit it with a sword that has a point.
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's meant to stab.
As the forest goes still once more,
Again.
it reminds you slightly of just before these approached.
All right. Don't chop down any more freaking trees.
Yeah, no more tree chopping.
Please.
We've
no
dried
more
off.
tree
Why would I want to
chopping.
try? I got a tree to use now.
Fair enough.
just picks it up? Here goes the go.
The forest just picks up 3 logs.
Speaking of which, now that it's dead, I want to go start my fire.
Can we cook
You're
baskets?
gonna be
That's
so
what I was gonna do. I was gonna make me some roast basilisk.
Okay, you guys can take this time to make a nature check.
All of us? Or
No,
just-
sorry. Each
Survival?
of you, like one of you can pick one and the other pick another, and it'll be survival. Sorry, survival to harvest parts from the basilisk.
I'll pick the one that I
My
smited over
survival's
there.
1, so.
Mine's 1.
Mine is 4.
Mine's 3.
No.
You
So-
two can.
Us two.
Yeah, I'll go pick up the one.
People can use the 8 action to get
I want to help the
advantage.
barbarian.
I'll help the paladin then.
Alright,
It's
you're gonna help me.
watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a knife.
So add a d6.
No, you
just
roll with
twice.
advantage.
Oh, okay, it's
Yeah.
advantage.
Tail
So-
randomly.
Oh, you're good.
18 and
Straight up in the
8,
air.
so 18 plus 3, so 21. 21.
14 and 4, so 18.
All right, 21 and 18.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody has any empty vials, so they can't.
Freak.
Yeah, they can't collect basilisk blood or any other fluids.
Crowbar, hammer.
I
I can. Yeah, no.
Well,
strings-
technically, can I empty out the perfume vial I have and use that?
Yes, you can.
What about
I
my
will do
water
that.
skin?
You can do that.
I'm not going to use it afterwards, but I'm just curious.
Yes, you can. If
Ah.
you have a container.
I don't know if
of
it's
some
worth
kind.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I also have an oil
says-
flask, but I kind of want to keep that.
Yeah, I
just in
do too,
case.
but I want to keep the oil
But the
flask,
perfume vial, I don't need that.
Okay.
Just dump it all in my backpack.
As you dump out the perfume vial.
And I want to rinse it out so there's no leftover perfume and everything.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
we're right next to a river.
Right next to the river.
I'm not going to worry about the
It
blood.
brings back a bit of memories from, somebody in your past. But you, yep, you empty it out, rinse it out, and who
You shed
you
it
bring
to
it to?
I was helping the barbarian with
Okay.
it, so that make more sense helping him with it.
Okay,
And
with
I go like, hey, muscles, here.
it's your choice: stomach acid or blood.
It's a tough call.
That's it.
Yeah,
Somehow.
man.
So many
We'll
good
go with
options.
stomach acid. That seems like that's a lot more
It's
fun.
a-
Okay,
vial,
as you
like,
cut
through it.
open it, you can see there's a fine layer of silt and meat within its stomach. As you collect some of the stomach acid,
It smells wonderful.
you just with that nature check or no, survival check, you swish it around a little, and you can watch as the silt actually slowly becomes flesh.
Cool. Alright, I give him back his perfume bottle.
Okay, it is now a vial of basilisk
Basilisk.
stomach acid,
Kinky.
which you can now guess, seeing that is probably one of the ingredients for creating a tincture of depetrification.
I think rename this perfume vial because I'm not putting it on my skin.
It takes a little while to do that, but you also managed to harvest
A couple of
a
gold.
good 5 pounds of basilisk meat. The rest of it's kind of ruined.
May I ask, is basilisk meat edible?
It will be.
It will be. Is it edible?
can be.
It can be.
It's
Better than nothing?
yeah, it's a dark, like ruddy purple.
I mean, we have a raccoon right there. But it's pretty buff. I don't want to fight that.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Grapples me.
With your check, you managed to gather 10 pounds of basilisk meat, 1 basilisk eyeball,
Ooh. Sounds like fun.
and a sharp bone.
Okay,
It's roughly a foot long, but it's very strong and can be used possibly to craft something.
One sharp bone.
One sharp bone
You said it's 1 foot long?
is 1 foot long.
Oh, that's what's cool, I'm guessing.
It was a
I'm
dagger.
carrying around something I do not want to carry with me, probably.
Okay, with my...
Can you move the camera back?
Do I need to make a nature check to see what I can do with that? The basilisk eyeball?
You just go to town.
You can.
Yeah, I'll make a nature check to see what I can do with
You
this.
can also make an Arcana check if you wish.
It should be. I don't know what your arcana is actually.
My Arcana is only +2, same thing as my nature, so it's not really...
Casey,
Yeah.
fine, Nancy?
Let's just, I'll just do it. Oh, heck. Yeah, it was a 4.
4. No. I mean, it just seems interesting,
I'm good.
and
Okay.
that's why you collected
Now I'm
it.
going to get this cable out of my face.
But as a lot of somewhat supernatural creatures, creatures with unusual abilities, so we'll say that.
Rats of unusual size.
Especially eye attacks, eyeballs of creatures that do eye attacks can usually maintain at least some portion of that property.
If need be, I do have a traveling chest that we could store it in that is currently empty.
You watch it, the eye is slowly clouding over. The other one's clouded over immediately. This one didn't, so
For
that's why you
reasons.
were able to.
Cut
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna go start my fire and pick up my basilisk steaks.
Okay.
While he's
imagine
doing
they're
that,
very tough.
I wanna like look at the bases of some of the trees and see if I can find some nice herbs to season our meat with.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Wow, I'm sucking now.
Actually.
5.
You find some grass.
You're mulling over.
Some dead
You know-
pine needles.
Some pine needles.
I mean, there's blackberries.
Yeah, you do know about the blackberries already.
Did you know about
But
the blackberries?
around here, you're still you can't believe that the barbarian cut down a tree.
Okay.
I mean,
So I'm
there's
gonna
dead
find some
wood.
herbs and I see the tree. I'm just like, Vietnam flashbacks.
Birds just flutter
Yeah.
overhead.
And then someone just drops an orange by you and it's like, hey,
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I understand that.
Okay.
What about
Copy
any?
that.
What about any herbs that I had woven into my?
Oh, did you? Yeah. Did
You remember I
happen
have
to
all
grab
the
anything good?
all the stuff on
I
my
mean,
cheek. Would you
no,
allow that or no? Okay.
I mean, it's you do have a couple of herbs. I'd say you probably have a little bit of wild rosemary, a small amount of miner's lettuce.
I'll keep
Yeah.
those. I'll keep those on my my belt or my chainmail or wherever they are, just to as my reminder, to the wild mother.
The wild mother.
Yeah,
Everybody knows the best seasoning for meat is meat.
and
Or salt and pepper.
Maybe salt.
You just walk over to the paladin and just cry over this tree.
Yeah. Nothing's better than paladin tears.
I'm actually kind of curious in the cooking aspect, and I want to try and join in on it.
Okay. Go ahead and make because nobody has the gourmand feat.
I'm actually thinking about working towards it.
Yeah, you'll have to get somebody to train you in town because
They at least get started, but I'm kind of interested in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the 10 pounds of meat I have to old meathead over here.
Okay. Anybody have any skills that would help preserve this, or are you just gonna cook all of it at once?
I mean,
Six of us. I mean, that's only 2 pounds of steak per person, pretty much, and that's
That's a
2 extra
lot.
for me.
I get the feeling Squeege is gonna eat one little bite.
I'm actually not gonna partake.
Wouldn't
in
it
the meat.
investigate, take the meat and look at it, make it,
Nature's
or
bounty.
Yeah, but it's a monster.
oh, investigate
I'm not
really
cool
wouldn't
with
work
that.
towards trying to see if it's
It's not
poisonous. It's gonna be a nature check.
No. If you want to find out if it's poisonous, that would be
A spell or nature?
no, that would be healers or poisoners.
Wait,
As you guys are doing this, nature slowly begins to.
all right, let's start setting up camp because this seems like a good place. We got a
It's
Take
like
care of the
1
night
o'clock in the
or
afternoon,
spread
as far as
out
you can tell. It's not quite time for rest, but you can take a short rest if you like.
I was gonna say we're near a source of water would be a good idea.
This is a great
yeah.
time if you want to spend hit dice to heal up.
Or you just
As
don't
soon
get
as you
hit.
guys are able to take a long rest, you guys will level up to level 3.
If works.
Can I cast Identify as a ritual and it does not affect spell slots?
Yeah, ritual spells take 10 minutes
They just take
plus.
time.
So if we take a short rest, then
Mhm.
there was that eye that he found that's slowly clouding over. Can I use Identify on it to see like what it could be used for?
Make sure you close the
Or,
It's-
or
it's
use it as a
not
way
a-
to preserve it?
No, that would be a specific skill. You can attempt to make a nature check to try and preserve it, but normally that would be like tanners or.
Yeah.
Or
No, it's the eyes of the basilisk I'm actually curious about.
I mean, sure, I'll allow it.
I'm
Make
just-
when you cast the ritual spell, make an Arcana check on top of that.
Okay.
What do you
Because
do?
normally Identify is for
Like magic items.
items,
or
artifacts,
something that's
or something that
effective.
is crafted. You can identify who crafted it because the Identify spell also tells you who crafted the item.
Some dude bro.
Yeah, Dubro guy.
Dude bro.
In a short rest.
Yeah, they're taking a short rest.
or spells are affecting the item and what they are. So that aspect I'm kind of curious about with the basilisk eye. Because I feel like it's magical.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check, man.
Arcana.
10.
10. With the aid, you can tell that it still vaguely holds a kind of magical essence that petrifies, but without further cultivation or crafting of an item around this thing to harness that power, it cannot be released. You can't just like point a dead basilisk guy at somebody and make them petrified.
So I can't go the old Medusa route.
No, you cannot do the whole Medusa route and just hold out Medusa's head and just petrify people.
Well, if we do find Medusa's head, I'm so doing that.
But if you were to find somebody who could craft such an item, you may get like a ring, rod, or wand of
I should
petrification.
get this bad.
I'll hold on to it and try. I'll store it in my little chest, but
It is slowly decomposing. It is clouding over, and you can tell that it will eventually lose this properly unless properly preserved.
how do I know how long it will last before it'll lose the property?
Can't tell. You didn't roll high enough,
All right.
and you're not very good with nature, I don't think.
No, not right now.
No. So
Not
yeah,
until,
you definitely
not
not.
until Jack of all trades, and then it'll go to like a 2.
So you have an eye that is slowly clouding over.
I'm just thinking like some place that's like dark would probably be a good place to store it. So I'm just going to store it in my chest, just to keep it out of like.
Just like rip open your rib cage.
No, I have a traveling
Not that
chest.
chest, you dingus.
Yeah,
I
no,
know, I'm kidding.
I'll store it in there.
Okay.
Because I still have like a lot of space into that thing, and I think the darkness would help somewhat preserve it.
Okay. If anybody wants to do a nature check to help preserve it,
I'll help.
probably be.
Yeah, it'd probably be the best bet.
Mr. Nature over here.
Yeah. I love trees.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
So your nature
Yeah.
plus your proficiency.
My nature plus my proficiency.
Mhm.
So nature is plus 2.
So
So plus 4, 24.
Yeah, so 24.
Okay. With that, you guys quickly dip it into the river to cool it, make sure it's as cold as it could possibly be. Then you go and you find several leaves that you also soak in the river, and you take a strip of cloth and bandage it all up into essentially a poultice, but not used as a poultice.
Yes.
And then you stuff that. It is soaking wet, and it is cold. It will possibly over time ruin whatever's in that chest.
there's nothing
Something
else
in
in
the
the chest. It's just that right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep that until we get like a portable hole or a bag of holding or something.
Okay.
And when it gets too heavy, I
You
think
can
we'll
guess that you can probably stop the clouding for the next 2 days. If you continually pour water over it every now and then to keep it cold, that is the thing that is keeping it right now is keeping it cold.
I'll fill my water skin up with the river water then, just in case it's not already filled for some reason.
No, you guys have been throughout the day.
Alright,
You guys use your short rest. Everybody has their water skins back up to full.
And I don't think cleaning it with soap will be a good idea.
No.
Well, prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation?
I'll keep it clean.
Prestidigitation.
Build something up to 1 cubic foot for 1 hour.
Yeah. Occasionally applying
here and
prestidigitation to it will help in this process. I'd say you can, with prestidigitation every few hours, you can extend that up to 3 days.
Okay. Look at my ring and turns me to stone. Or some stupid things like that.
Oh, hey,
So
wait,
the
that...
switch after the fight ran off and is supposedly nowhere to be seen.
Make a deception check.
Oof. Also, doesn't matter what you think the best spice for meat is. We got prestidigitation. She can make that shit taste like strawberries.
You've been cutting out.
I don't know why I'm cutting out.
It's that computer. We don't have the replacement yet. 21. That's
Oh.
what I thought.
I heard
but-
1. I was like...
I thought I heard
Everyone sees
21,
that.
but, you know, 1 was way too strong. Okay, so, you guys, nobody seems to notice.
I mean, I see something I've seen before helping us. So it's
You're not sure as to why this thing keeps following you guys around, but it comes up at opportune moments.
And it's not aggressive. So
And it's not aggressive. It basically, you know something's up, but it could be any one of you guys that's doing this. It's kind of like being locked in a mansion with a murderer.
I'm not thinking
Pretty sure they probably eliminated me pretty quick.
You've been eliminated pretty quick. He's been eliminated pretty quick. You've been eliminated pretty quick.
I don't know. There's something about that tabaxi.
Not currently.
But
He does have this weird Kenku friend.
yeah, there's a weird Kenku friend that, and he's always fiddling with an unusual coin. So you guys cook some meat. You guys have a satisfying lunch. You munch mostly on berries, Abram, because you don't eat meat.
You are definitely a hippie.
So you
I
snack
think
a little bit on a pouch of nuts as well as the blackberries that you harvest from it.
Maybe one of the crab apples that I got from the
Yeah.
what was it called? Mother's pasture.
Yeah, from Mother's Pasture.
I constantly think a little less of him every time as we go.
But the hour comes to an end. You can spend hit dice if you want to heal up. If you took any damage. Nope.
Him, right?
No, I kind of
I'm only.
And then you are
I'm only
but you're like 1 or 2 points down
Yeah,
from max, I assume.
Yeah,
so
I'm 2 down
no
tonight.
point
So
in wasting a D.
I basically took away the entire poison damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this time, I think we're going to take another break. Hi, this is Daniel the Dungeon Master. Hi, this is Daniel the Dungeon Master, and you're listening to Cats and Crowbars. All right, welcome back. All right, you guys have just finished a short rest, feeding on basilisks for lunch. I'd say that you'd each have like 1 meal's worth of basilisk meat left after this, because 2 pounds in one sitting is actually kind of a bit.
That'd be impressive. I mean, for everyone but the barbarian.
Yeah, I mean, especially because you can supplement it with other food within the forest.
why would you supplement when you have meat?
Says the guy suddenly with gangrene.
You could
Not gangrene.
you could supplement it with
Food poisoning,
prestidigitation,
food poisoning.
too.
Food poisoning. Yeah. No.
There's like,
Yeah,
buddy, I
salmon
can't heal anymore, so
Flavoring.
let's
No. Not eating enough fruits. What's that one again?
Scurvy.
Scurvy. Thank you. Jeez.
Citrus fruits, yeah.
Normally I remember scurvy.
Scurvy.
That's dumb. All right.
Welcome to Cats and Crowbars then.
I know, right? All right. I mean, you could stave off scurvy by eating a liver. Whatever.
Who wants to do that?
I mean, you would, Volgar. That's
probably would.
Yeah. It's a good bit. It's got all the vitamins.
Yeah.
So,
And minerals.
and minerals, yes. So the forest wildlife begins to creep back in. You can hear the sounds of the wolves once again, just off in the distance. You hear a crow cawing overhead, and there's a disturbance. Some small critter rummaging through the blackberry bush. You guys are left to your own thoughts as the mist ever prevails around you.
All right.
I'm in a pretty good mood now.
Yeah. Now let's try to find out which way is east.
The river I thought was west.
We crossed the
East.
river.
Yeah, it was west.
From relatively north to south, so
Relatively speaking.
Heading.
I mean, it's not like magically I know that one direction's north, but
I mean, that's not. It may or may not be actually accurate.
Oh, I
That
know,
was
that's
just
what I'm
for
making a joke
camera perspective.
oh yeah, no, I'm making jokes about it.
Keep heading away from the river.
Well,
Okay. Anybody gonna lead the way? So for this, we'll have one person navigate.
I'll
one
do the perception
one
checks.
person can aid the navigator, and then people can either aid each. Like people who aren't navigating and helping can either like help each other perceive or perceive by themselves.
I'll be doing perception checks.
I can do survival checks to see if make sure we're going on the right direction.
Okay, is anybody gonna aid him?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so you will roll with advantage.
Okay.
And then you four will be able to perceive or help each other perceive.
Yeah, because my perception is actually
yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
gonna send switch and be listening through his ears again,
Man.
50 feet ahead
Those
of
are
them.
Yeah, so I rolled a 3 and a 1 with advantage, so I rolled a 6 survival.
6 survival? Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Goodbye, dice. Getting thrown
Oh,
away
okay.
this evening.
All right.
Rest in peace, Sharon.
Rest in peace.
And another thing I learned very quickly is don't do arm flaps on Friday. Does anyone want to help with perception or? Okay.
Cool.
You thought that they weren't going to
Just
do anything.
say that you're helping him.
You can do it.
I rolled flat 20.
So you weren't-
Flat
you thought
20.
weren't going to do anything.
Okay, so as you guys begin moving on through the mist, putting the river to your back, over the next hour or so, you begin winding through the area. You come across a valley and cross over it, coming up on the other side. Few hours later, just 2. So you've been traveling for 3 hours. You come to another valley and cross over it. And an hour later, you hear the sound of rushing water.
So it's about 5, 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Rushing water.
The sun is like the area is becoming rapidly dark because of the
Coverage.
trees and the mist. Make a perception check, a new one. You actually started with your perception check. You were watching. You saw what looked to be several silhouettes throughout the mist. As you came across them, they were broken statues, and what looked to be small piles of pebbles on the ground.
So we're not going that way because those little statues and seeing basilisks earlier. That's probably where they live.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You skirt around it, but after a time, and you begin hearing the rushing water again, and you look around. It's a different area, but there's blackberry bushes
Did we
across
turn
the
around?
You can guess that you've been turned around. You've lost ground.
All right, so we're back to the place we started.
But darkness is quickly setting in.
All right.
What happens when you follow a paladin?
Yeah, but he's a nature paladin.
All right.
Nature has guided him back to the river.
It's like we should go on the other side.
Nature has guided me back to the tree. You cut down.
The tree.
It wants vengeance.
Oh my god, Mulder!
All right, so it's about 6 o'clock. It's about getting dark. We have a unknown number of basilisks. Let's make it a rough estimate of a shitload. And
You can make a nature check to.
I don't really need to know that there's more basilisks. I just know.
You're just guessing that there's more basilisks.
Yeah, it's always safe to assume there's more than there actually is.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised only 2 attacked us, so I'm going to assume there's more as well.
So let's find a place that is somewhat defensible and somewhere that will have access to the water, because water is a necessity of life.
Yep.
The hippie knows that.
Yep. Some of yours water skins are actually running a little low. They're about half over the few hours that you've been.
I need to coat my basilisk eye that I wanted to turn into something to use later with some more water.
You've already used prestidigitation once during your travel, so now you dunk it in the river again, and then prestidigitation again to chill it once more. A coating of frost licks across it as you put it back in its little box.
So I'm thinking maybe we should set up camp.
Yeah,
And, this is our resident mascot. The cat. Its name is Meme.
Good old meme.
You will hear Meme occasionally.
Official mascot.
Y'all. Alright, so you guys are going to set up camp then?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably a safe idea.
Yeah.
So who is going to take watch, and are you guys going to build a fire?
Well, that tree is still looking mighty fine.
I got a lot of firewood.
It'll take a while to set up.
So this is a different area, though you can tell that you've been turned around. With a flat 20, you can guess that you've moved at least some distance to the south. You're not sure how far south you've moved, but you've gone in a big old U, east, and then west and south.
So you're saying I need to chop down another tree?
No. There's no need to chop down another tree. We can just have the paladin reach up and grab a branch.
So you guys can make a survival check to attempt to do a light amount of hunting, and then gathering of supplies.
Alright, I'll do survival check.
If anybody has the, I believe, Outlander background.
That's me.
You! So if you use your survival check, you can actually find food for up to 6 people.
Okay.
I did Outlander.
Can I see the tray?
You have Outlander, so both of you can find food for 1 meal for the day.
There you go.
That was a nat 20
Natural 20.
with survival plus 6. So.
Yeah, you find an abundance of food. You actually find 1 full day's ration for the entire party, and you can also as well.
Survival, so 15.
15. You manage to gather enough. You do a mild bit of hunting with your javelins. You retrieve the 1 javelin that you threw. You bag about 4 squirrels. And so there's meat along with all of the roots and berries that he's procured. He found a wild onion and potato patch. Not together, but throughout his day's travel, he's found quite a bit. And so in leaves that he soaked in the river, he places them at the edge of the coal line, and then quickly turns them over as time goes on. You guys supplement your food with wild onions steeped with bits of squirrel meat and potatoes.
I picked the squirrel meat out.
You prepare yours separately, so
Okay.
you don't have to.
So that's just
Yeah, that's found. Just gonna ritual cast alarm.
Okay, yeah, you pull out a spool of wire and then begin wrapping it around rocks and some of the trees in an area around you guys, including separating the river from, because you've heard tales of things coming out of rivers, though you personally have never seen it.
Yeah, fair enough. She's. Oh, that is not what I wanted. I think sound for everybody if it's tripped.
Alright, so you make an audible alarm. Yeah, when you cast it, you
Alarm
have
so
you have.
everyone can hear it.
Okay, so audible alarm. Alright, so she lets you know that if something other than you guys breach the perimeter set by this wire, a sound will come and everybody will wake up.
So no need to have someone on watch.
It's always recommended to have somebody on watch, but
For what?
just
But
in case something slips by your notice, it will wake anybody up.
Okay. I'll take one of the watches.
I'll take first watch.
So second one.
Second, sure.
We will
take
help
third.
with whoever's taking second watch.
So Ophlia and Abram on second watch.
Cool. I keep looking at the computer to look at Morgana, and I realize I should be looking at the camera.
I just look at the computer. Whatever.
Yeah, I know. I keep looking at the computer. I realize I'm like,
I don't think I'm within the camera view anymore.
No, it's fine.
Oh, there you go. That works.
Nope, not anymore. Oh well.
That's it. There you go.
Sweet. Well, my second monitor turned off. So, first watch. As you guys have all finished up food, you guys settle in your sleeping gear. I don't think anybody has tents, but
I don't think I do either.
the forest night begins to creep upon you. You are unable to.
Is it going to be at the edge of the alarm? So
Okay, so you're sleeping at the edge of the alarm?
stuff as well.
I'm sorry, what was the last bit?
Be listening the whole night because he doesn't need to sleep.
He can't be awake while you're unconscious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, familiars disappear when you lose consciousness.
Huh.
Did not know that.
That is the difference. That is the difference between familiars and animal companions.
Hey,
I mean, aside from being able to cast spells through them.
then he will not do that.
Yeah. So, do you still sleep at the edge of the alarm?
He does not. No.
Okay, so you're gonna stay by the fire then, where it's warm, because as darkness settles in, it becomes very cold. Being this close to the ocean, and with the lack of sunlight for who knows how long, and with the high humidity from the mist, it is very, very cold as it dips down to 40 degrees this night.
Cast this spell magic at night level.
You guys gather around the fire. Manzel's actually going to take first watch along with Leslinor.
Alright.
All right. So he's going to aid you, actually.
Okay. That is a 21.
21. Okay. Most of the night stays off quiet. About an hour and a half into your shift of 3 hours, he just like turns to you. Goes, so what do you make of this fog? I mean, fog this close to the water usually dissipates. You know, when the sun comes out.
Well, from all the things that I've heard from the town and from what I have observed, there is absolutely no way that this is natural.
I mean,
But at the same time, it's kind of obvious.
I agree. I've been traveling this area every few months, This showed up 9 months ago.
9 months ago.
I mean, there's always been fog, but it's always in the morning.
When has the Timber Maiden started showing up?
You would know. They talked about.
I'm not asking character.
Okay.
That's why I was asking. Because I just couldn't remember it off my head.
Yeah, out of character. You remember them talking about the Timber Maiden showing up about 4 months ago. And then the Curse of the Wither started 3 months ago.
So you said that this fog started showing up. What, 9?
That last time I was in the area, it was 9 months ago.
And the fog was like this, or was not like this?
It was like this. My trip previous to that was about a year and a few months, and it was not like this.
So somewhere between, I'll make a rough guess saying that the last time you, like 9 months, before that was roughly 15, 16 months, give or take?
14 months.
So somewhere between 9 and 14 months, something happened here. And
He's scratching out this.
from what everyone's been saying about it is, personally, I believe that if the Timber Maiden was in fact either a god or an aspect of a god, doing all of this stuff to people who are devout followers of someone like the Lawbringer would not take kindly to that. Especially with a title like Lawbringer.
He kind of like gives a smirk.
So that's kind of a tell for me that this is not the work of a god, but of a mortal.
I don't know. The gods are always competing with each other. I mean, ever since the Divergence, they've had to do it through proxies, I guess.
So if you want to go by proxies, then technically we could be the proxies of the Lawbringer. If you want to go by that route. But at the same time, I think that there is something really fishy about this.
Oh, absolutely.
Because with everything that's been showing up is undead, this wither, the tribute and everything. It's just doesn't sit right with me.
I agree. This is... But why would the fog have anything to do with the wither?
Well, there's a lot of spells that I have heard about that they do affect through some kind of fog or cloud. That maybe the way that it's been infecting people is through the fog. Oh shit! If the wither is spread through the cloud or this fog, then we ourselves could also be infected.
What was your perception check?
20.
Flat?
No, it was a. No, it actually was a 21, but it was a 16 plus 5.
Okay, 21. As you're saying this, it's so hard to tell. You can barely see it. There is movement in the fog. There is two very small beads of just clear space with no fog. And just a slight outline of something about a foot tall with wings, and then disappears. It only took this thought process for you to look at the fog with intention.
We're going to have to travel fast tomorrow. We need to get there as soon as possible. Is just a quick little glance at it, I will tell Manzel what I saw. Just from that.
He's now actively looking himself and taking cue. Alvis is also looking. Natural 20. with Manzel, and Aldous gets advantage for smell, but there's nothing to smell. He points at something, and you immediately see it too. It wasn't where you were looking; it was somewhere else. You see what briefly before it flits out into the fog. It looks to be made of steam itself, or fog. Long, pointed nose, like a crooked crow's beak.
It's like
it keeps bending, like as if it were a blade, it would be serrated. Or if its beak, it's broken multiple times. Wings with many holes in it. Should not keep it aloft. Birds. Talons. But only 2 toes and then 1 in the back. It hisses and it sounds like steam exiting from a kettle. And then it just disappears into the almost, decorporalizes into the mist.
Fucking necromancy.
Make an Arcana check.
No, it's like this, the thought process I had from since we got to the town. Everything going up there is just leading to necromancy. And sorry, I'm thinking ghosts and shit like that with this.
Well, there's undead in these woods.
Necromancy. There we go. Do I really need to roll a 16?
16 with Arcana?
Yeah.
That's not necromantic. That is an elemental of some kind. There's a word that's just on the tip of your tongue, but it's escaping you. You don't know what that creature was, but that was an elemental. A low level one, you could tell, but that was an elemental of some kind.
It's just that whoever is doing all of this, though, I have a feeling that they've at least dabbled in necromancy. Because slow acting, killing people and turning into zombies and all this stuff is... Well, if zombies in general don't scream necromancy, then there's something wrong with you. That's actually... Undead are like one of the few things that he just despises. Well, at least that's one thing the Lawbringer will
The worst kind of dead.
be okay with them.
The worst kind of dead. The undead.
But
he's like, he brings like his cloak a little tighter over himself.
I will take a sheet of paper that I have, and then I will try to do a rough sketch of what I saw, so I won't forget what I see.
Okay.
Forgot it was dead, but happy to remind it.
Happy to remind it.
This way, if I come up with some kind of idea of what it could possibly be, it was like, hear a name, is like, hey, have you seen this before?
Okay, so I'm going to... That is what you saw. Except for made of steam.
Okay, yeah, no.
It looks like dandelion fell off from where I was sitting, but with wings and talons.
Yeah, it's a small creature. It's got talons and
advantage on grappling.
wings.
Got it.
No.
All right.
No, you won't. It looks like it's made out of some kind of
He
steam.
seems to be lost in thought. Though he, after a little bit, he goes, If what we're fighting's to the east, the wind is always kicking this mist up from the south.
Maybe we started due north when we were going east.
I'm actually a little worried that there's more than one thing.
The timber has a friend.
Or
it's
there's someone completely separate. Or maybe technically the Timber Maiden might actually be a good person just trying to combat this necromancy.
Whoa.
Where if that happens, then, well, hey, that's another person that's set on fire.
Hi, kitty.
But there is the possibility that there is more than the Timber Maiden. Because timber maiden, woods. I'm sorry, but that doesn't look like woods to me. But if she did declare herself the timber maiden, I don't think somebody who wants to be associated with the forest or life to be associating with necromancy themselves. So, if we do come across her, I'll at least give her a chance to explain. Because she might not be directly involved with the Wither.
With that, he seems to be lost in thought. And
Only because this new realm, what we've seen here is odd. But has the fog always been coming from the south? When you were here 9 months ago.
in the mornings, it gets kicked up from the ocean. Always gets kicked up from the Lemmingview Strait.
Yes.
The Lemmingview Strait, of course.
The Lemmingview Strait. The livings live there, and they view things.
It's Liming view. Lemmingview.
Oh, Lemmingview. Oh.
Lemmingview.
Do you remember who has the next watch?
I think Abram and Offlia.
Well, we're going to have to tell him what we saw. Which... maybe one of them might have an idea what it is.
Okay. As the last 40 minutes of your watch end, you wake up Offlia and Abram for their watch.
I will talk to both of them and explain that there is something in the fog that I saw. It was there just for a few moments, and I'll show them a little rough sketch that I drew of it, and it looks somewhat like this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks somewhat demonic, but it doesn't. The way he describes how it moved and the fact that it didn't have a physical body doesn't lead you to believe it's an imp. It's something else. You can.
Would I make a nature check?
This would be a religion or arcana check. Offlia, you can make one too.
I really suck at these, but okay.
I'll make a...
But at least you have Jack of all trades.
And it
17
makes it
plus
even
2.
on both of them. 15.
If you want, you could inspire or aid him.
I just rolled, so...
Well, I haven't given you the outcome.
Okay.
That's where...
Well, let's just combine the rules.
Yeah. That's, check. Could I aid him in his religion? Or...
Well, no, actually, you
Can I
rolled.
aid him in his
You
religion?
actually rolled, so you could only inspire him. Because you have it.
Inspired.
Yeah, you have an inspiration left, right?
Like 3 left.
Okay.
So roll again for advantage?
No. Roll a d6 and add it to your 19.
So 23.
The way that they're describing it is some kind of method.
I have no idea what method is.
What?
A method.
Spelled it?
It's like a Muppet,
MEP.
but...
I'm looking up
So,
on my little
method.
monster app.
This is what it is.
Oh. A method.
So it is a small elemental on the evil side.
So I'm like, oh yes, I know of these methods.
that I've never heard of before until now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your steam method is actually how it looks.
Okay.
The steam method that I have has like a bit of fire within it, so that's why it doesn't look like that. But that's how it looks.
Okay. Methods.
Yep.
She goes to the bathroom again? It's like 4 times. She was drinking.
But
I haven't
they
drinking
are
since.
low-level elementals.
Okay.
They almost only show up on the material plane because of magic. Somebody is creating these things. They usually cannot, they're so low level that they cannot survive transitioning through a portal by themselves.
So pretty low threat.
No.
Okay.
Though they cannot survive the transition themselves, when brought over by magic, they're suffused with it. And they are volatile. As in,
flying bombs.
as in, when they die, they explode.
Yes.
Epic.
Excellent.
So even if you kill them, they will hurt you.
Unless you kill them at range.
That is one option.
Would I know if they
capture
do
one?
they immediately explode upon death, or
Yes.
is it like a okay?
There is no flashing of boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, okay.
There's none of that. It is
Swing.
boom.
Swing and boom.
Can you capture one in a bottle or a jug?
Well, you're not there to pose that question. You're asleep unless, of course, they want to wake you.
Sleep!
Oh my god.
God, you guys are so freaking loud.
Goes back to cat now.
You've been sleeping for a day, so...
Still, I can always sleep.
So, okay then. I guess so.
Oh, Squeege, you're still off your normal cycle, so you're able to sleep through this night.
So, was it me and Offleon?
Yep. You guys are
watching?
both... You're both on your own watch. Manzel tucks himself into his sleeping role.
I'm gonna stoke the fire a little bit to bring it up in case it's died down a little bit.
You guys have left a pile of wood next to it, so anybody as
So I throw
as the
some
night
more
goes
wood
on.
on it just to build it up in case it was dying down.
just to be kind.
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Uh,
I'm so edgy.
no. No, I barely know them, so I...
He's not at his full strength though because he can't see the moon.
Exactly.
Right.
No.
Right.
Full edge.
I'm not at full strength because I'm multi-class.
Exactly. No, I'm just gonna do it because it's middle of the night. So there's all this fog. There's some weird shit that I see in the fog.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of fire will help stave it off. I have no idea. I barely know what those things are.
Okay.
But a little bit of extra heat doesn't really kill anybody.
No, it actually helps because you guys built a fire. I'm not having you guys roll Constitution saving throws because of the cold.
And
By the way,
then
I do that.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
I'm covered in fur. Do I really?
You weren't
Yes.
even there at that point, but yeah.
Even kitty cats get cold.
So I'll find a place to lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah, there's still plenty of room within the ring of the wire next to the warmth of the fire. Yeah, you find yourself, a night's rest. Abram and Aflia, are you guys going to team up to perceive, or are you guys going to have your own separate perceptions?
Nope, to perceive if that's okay with you, and you can roll it.
Okay.
So she's going to help you. So go ahead and make it with advantage.
9 for the first one. So 12.
Well, you only have to tell me the highest one.
Oh. 19.
Mm-hmm.
So 22.
22. Okay.
Everyone's tonight.
Pew.
Hates her eyes.
Well, I took
Knowing
my
what to
expertise.
look for,
Mm-hmm.
you see one more of these methods. It stares at you, and then just disappears off into the woods, leaving you alone.
Okay.
But you feel a calling. Something is drawing you out into the woods. As you hear a soft something of hoofs on needles.
Awfully.
Ophelia is got her back to you, looking in the opposite direction, and she's also looking for methods, but your attention has specifically been drawn
To the
to
hooves.
this sound of hooves.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's-
go out.
It's soft and doesn't seem to be in a hurry.
It's not threatening
Oh, that's good.
sounding anyway.
It doesn't seem to be threatening.
Okay.
It's not threatening. Comes and kills everybody.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm gonna.
Box threatening.
Yeah, I'm gonna power walk. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to.
Just
No. I'm going to like gridiron gang like saunter through the
No, I'm gonna.
pulls pants up.
Yeah.
Yeah, holds pants up. Sorry, holds pants up.
There you go.
I'm gonna kind of like put my hand kind of on my long sword, it's sheathed and whatnot. I'm gonna kind of just put my hand here, shields on my back, and I'm just gonna kind of like walk out into the forest.
Are you just gonna leave Ophelia wondering where you're going?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just I'm so edgy. Just walks into the
With,
fog.
when there's something interesting in nature, I really don't care about anything else.
You do notice that he suddenly stands up and then begins walking off.
With his hand on his
With his hand on his sword.
That's not, scary.
Do you have your shield at the ready, or is it on
Looks
your
back.
back?
It's on my back.
Fedora before he walks out.
Do you need any help
Attack of opportunity.
over there?
No, I think I hear something. I'll go check it out.
Okay.
Do you need help?
No, I think I'll be good on this one. And
Are you walking or stealthing?
I'm just gonna do walking because stealthing's just gonna end up bad for everybody.
Okay, as
I mean,
you
you're so
loudly crunch through all the broken twigs, a bit of shrubbery on the path. All the pine cones cracking under your boots. It's not that bad.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a light tinking of chain against metal plate as you move forward. Through the darkness, your dark vision kicks in. You can't see color. All it is just shades of gray.
Yeah.
Well, within the light he can see. the
Yeah,
color,
yeah.
But as soon as it's pure black,
Yeah.
it's just black and white.
No, just use 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh jeez.
Oh, jeez.
All right. As you make your way through 10 feet, 20 feet, 50 feet out into the woods, make a new perception check.
10 plus 3, so 13.
It'll be with disadvantage because you're
dark
in the
vision.
Okay.
Should have grabbed the torch.
So it's the second one was 11, so still 13.
Okay. Yeah. Even with dark vision, having a torch is beneficial.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because dark vision gives you low light,
Yeah, low light visibility.
and low light is with disadvantage.
Okay. That's
So,
cool.
But what if you don't have dark vision at all?
You don't get to.
Then you see
don't get
black.
to attack at all?
No, you don't get to see it.
At all? Nothing. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
You can only hear, and that'll be with disadvantage. And then only at a really short range.
Okay.
As you continue on, out of the fog, you see an oddly shaped tree. Like, it looks like it's squat. It's still 20 feet tall, and you can see this tree was broken at some point, grew sideways, was broken again, and then grew both up and down at the same time. And you can see the branches break off into two uneven tufts.
So you said it grew up, broke, grew over, and
Broke
then
again
broke again, and then grew up and down.
at the same time.
Trying to just draw how I would see that, something like that. It would be kind of like
And as you stare at this unusual tree, you look at it harder as it turns and looks at you.
Oh!
And you realize that this isn't a tree.
Oh.
This is, to its shoulders, is a 20-foot tall deer.
Okay.
This is a buck.
Get the fuck
If there ever was one.
That's pretty cool.
Its
many points?
head extending far up, and what you thought were branches are antlers stretching out 15 feet in both directions.
Picturing the Princess Mononoke.
And you can
Yeah.
and you can see vines
I mean, I should start looking at it.
dangling from these antlers, and on its back, what you thought was bark and moss is what looks to be actually moss growing out of the top, like an entire carpet, as if this were a hill, a carpet of vegetation growing up off of it, including flowers and a couple of berries out of a lone shrub. Make a religion or nature check, your choice.
I believe
unless
they
he's
are
older
the
than this guy.
exact same, so...
Who is this
18.
thing? I'd be worried.
18.
Oh, yeah.
You have never met one of these,
Talk
even
us
with
out.
your time with the druids.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard them talk about these. This is something called a forest lord. It is a creature or entity that has been suffused with the Feywild and guards a place on the material plane.
Okay.
And as you stare down, or as it stares down at you and you stare up at it, you can see coal-like embers for eyes just piercing into you.
Introduce yourself. It's not good.
And you look behind it, and every place that it has placed a single step, you see a patch of flowers or mushrooms erupt, leaving a trail.
I obviously take my hand off my sword as to be as non-threatening as possible. Take my hand off my sword and I kind of like... I almost just want to be like this, completely awestruck, and just be like...
Yeah, and you are.
Yeah.
And it just stares at you with those amber coal burning eyes just into you. You have a quick out of body experience, a flash of the forces of nature, just waves on shore, trees falling in the middle of a forest, a rock slide taking over a village. A single flower coming out of a cow's skull in the middle of a field. Newborn goslings waddling up next to its goose mother.
With my time with the druids, would I know what these visions kind of mean? Would I understand it, or would it just be incomprehensible flash of all of these, the circle of life?
I mean, you just said it. It appears to be a circle of life kind of experience. The goslings take flight in your vision and soar over the horizon. Yeah, and
Yes.
you're just dumbstruck
Yeah.
as it turns away and begins plodding out into the forest, leaving behind, mushrooms, flowers, a small tree just erupting out from one of its footpaths. It just leaves a trail. Its antlers touch no trees. It's odd. The trees actually part for it. As wide of a span as it is.
I just feel like I'm missing an opportunity, and this is in character.
Yeah.
Abram feels like he's missing an opportunity to say something or to give some sort of offering, but at the same time just completely dumbstruck and not really like just in shock of, you know, seeing the circle of life and, you know, understanding what that means and all that kind of stuff.
You feel blessed for even seeing one of these. The druids that you had spent time with had only spoken to them of legend, and almost none of them had seen one itself. Your vision appears to, as you're thinking on this, seems to have imparted some vestige of knowledge upon you. You are now level 3 and a Oath of the Ancients Paladin.
Okay.
The rest of you losers are still level 2.
No, everybody will be level 3,
Yeah.
but for those of you who take special things...
Okay.
Ophlia,
Pretty epic.
you, by yourself, take this time to look over your tapestry.
Yeah. She'd be doing that as far out of the firelight as she could.
You don't want to stray too far, and this time with the sheen of the tapestry and the firelight, you catch something new. There appears to be something buried underneath the weave of the tapestry. Make an investigation check.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work. She's great at that. She's absolutely spectacular. 17.
17, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Looking at it, with the gleam of the firelight on it, you're looking at the threads, and some of the threads that aren't shiny in normal light are actually shining and showing they're actually showing text and a picture. It appears to be of a dragonborn holding up what looks to be a chain of faces, a chain of masks, each depicting a different type of face. And you have a flash to your teacher. It's early on in your childhood. You see him talking to somebody and a glazed look over their eyes. And you blink suddenly as your vision had gone hazy slightly, and you see him with a different face for a moment. But you blink again, and his face is his again. Tears begin pouring down your face as you hear Abram, looking dumbstruck, stumble unceremoniously back to the firelight.
Pushes that tapestry so fast back into her bag, though.
But reading, like just taking a quick glance at the words behind it, somehow finding meaning in their jarbled and incomprehensible runic symbols, you've managed to find a sliver of meaning. You are now a college of glamours.
Yeah, that tapestry just gets shoved into her bag. Like.
But the rest of your... I mean, if you guys wish to converse about your experiences, both of you look at each other, both of you dumbstruck and changed.
Just wiping.
I'll look at, Abram looks at Ophlia, and I just like...
You see tears on her face.
I'm just gonna turn around. I'm gonna like kind of nod and just like sit down.
Everything okay? What was up there?
She quickly dabs.
I'm just gonna say, oh nothing.
So it was safe?
Yeah, it's all good. And as I do that, I want to pick up like a piece of wood, and I want to take like a small dagger or carving knife, and I kind of want to carve out like a little symbol, like almost like a new amulet for myself, of taking inspiration out of character, obviously.
Of the Forest Lord?
No, not of the Forest Lord, but like kind of like my idea of like the visions that I got, and kind of like not inscribing them, but like carving out basically just like Yggdrasil, like tree of life kind of thing.
The circle.
So like the circle, tree in the middle, roots kind of coming up into the branches.
Do you have an artistry kit or forgers or painters or?
Unfortunately, it's crapped out on me, so I got to reload it.
If you don't, then go ahead and just make a dexterity check.
Okay, I do not.
Okay, just make a dexterity check. As you take out a small little knife, we're just going to assume that you have it because it's just part of like survival kits.
I think it's in the Outlander thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's thank God a 19 minus 2.
Thank God. Okay.
So,
okay, so you take some time. The rest of your shift, you're slightly distracted by Ophlia, being quizzical, but she also seems to be dodging any questions of idle chit chat you might have. I mean, if you want to talk. But while this is happening, you take one of the logs, you spend some time, you cut out a circlet out of one of the branches. So you've got about an inch long little circlet. It's the size of a baseball in diameter. And you spend some time with your little knife etching out small images of what you saw in the best way possible. It's mostly just like birds or just like a W.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's for that
absolutely.
level of craftsmanship.
It's rough.
But if you guys wish to talk,
symbols like that, some sort of god.
Oh, just thinking on some things that I've seen, things that I've experienced.
The bottom of the circle appears to be crude etchings of bones of animals. The top appears to be birds flying across the sky. All of it appears to be surrounding a rough image of a tree extending above it all.
It looks very
rustic.
Crude. It's very mountain cabin.
Yeah.
Mountain cabin.
It's interesting. I guess after traveling so much, I've seen. Nice to see something handmade like that.
If I have time, I can make one for everyone on the party.
Oh, that seems like a lot to ask for people you this morning.
Oh, it's no worries. I'm always willing to teach about the loveliness of nature.
I mean, reacted to the tree. I don't doubt it. Just the wild mother, right?
Yes, wild mother.
As a moment of awkward silence passes, you guys kind of just nod.
Yeah.
I'm asking, is she nice? But
I didn't. I think the speaker cut out, so I just heard wild mother, and I was like, yeah, wild mother.
Yeah, that's it. That's her name.
That's the one.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. Sure, but is it?
Cut out again, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh! I'll type it then.
All right, as soon as she types it. Okay, here. Is she nice?
Oh. She is both. She takes and she gives. So, nice is. I couldn't say she's nice, but I will say she is. She is vengeful and forgiving.
She cares when she does.
Yeah, she cares when she does.
Certainly cares about you, I hope.
I hope so too.
You flash back. There are times
No,
when
but-
she didn't, and then times when she did.
Yeah, exactly. Two sides of one coin.
Two sides to a lot of coins, honestly.
Honestly.
Understand though, some work in the ways and ways that really agree with.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty difficult. The speaker keeps cutting.
Yeah, hopefully the new computer. Yeah, it was supposed to arrive today. Hopefully it'll be better.
It's okay.
But
Let's just say I kind of just nod and go back to my carving, and I kind of, Abram seems super out of it, like the conversation is happening, yet he seems distant from it.
yeah, as he seems to physically and verbally distance himself and become evasive, you give it up as a bad bet.
Does that then Offlia would find a spot, quietly play her little viola violin.
As soft as you can. Not to disturb other people, but it at least soothes you.
In the lullabies that her father would play for her. She also uses College of Glamour. She could just use that ability to change her eyes over to what his, but she doesn't look at anybody when she does that.
Okay. So, knowing this newfound ability, it brings you comfort as the next shift changes over and you go to sleep with your at least for the moment, new set of eyes. Cosmic, I believe you were next. And you're by yourself?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Cosmic, and anybody else if they wish to wake up at this time. Offlia was playing a little music, out of characteristically for the time of night, if you wish to wake up.
Yeah, I was going to do third watch.
Third watch. So Volgar also wakes up with Cosmic. Do you want to roll separately, or do you want to give one of you advantage?
For
Perception.
I can take third watch as well.
Okay, so the three of you wake up,
And the other four go to sleep.
and the rest of you go to sleep. Though some of you are already asleep, including Menzel.
Mm-hmm.
Roll separate?
I'm okay with
I
going
guess one of us
separate.
can have advantage and the other one can just roll.
We're doing perception, or
So, alright,
Let's have to
so
look.
I guess
Okay,
you-
I'll lead you.
okay.
I would have aided the human because he has disadvantage in this.
Well, I know him.
I have flat 20.
Doesn't matter. That's going to be my disadvantage anyway. 9.
Yeah,
9.
flat 20.
Or no. Yeah, 9.
Okay, because of being a human and no dark vision whatsoever, the firelight at least lets you see in the dark. So that gives you disadvantage, where Cosmic now has advantage because of the age from Squeege. Squeege, are you still in disguise or first?
Yes, right now, yeah.
Okay. Sleeping in the disguise is very uncomfortable. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, or you can, because I haven't discussed with you before this, you could take it off and not suffer a point of exhaustion possible.
Then you can take it off and just pull the hood further down if you like.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty dark. I think I'll go ahead and take it off.
Okay, so you will get a chance to perceive this, so go ahead and roll perception. It's within the light, so
Oh,
Yeah, so that's a
I'm
22.
pretty sure you, yeah.
22.
You percept.
Your Kenku traveling companion is, what color are your scales? Green. Is a green kobold. You can see the snout protruding. You've killed kobolds. Usually red and a couple of black. You haven't killed a green one yet.
No.
Alright, so
Someone's impersonating the Kenku.
Do I notice him
Go to sleep,
noticing?
whisper a little tempting.
I would say yes. You're kind of at this point a protector of Squeege.
Yeah.
You notice him suddenly noticing the fact that the
I
Kenku.
notice the noticement.
Uh-huh.
You can just imagine his face just like, no.
I can explain. You're really, really tired right now. Can I roll deception?
Roll deception, roll insight.
Oh, my deception's phenomenal-ish. 18.
What's your insight, man?
What is he trying to say?
11.
You don't. You're tired, but
Not that tired.
you're not that tired. But he's pretty convincing. Maybe you're not. The last group talked about how there's things in the fog. Maybe they're affecting your vision. These methods. Maybe she's diseased now. Or sorry, he's diseased.
I don't remember drinking yesterday. Unfortunately.
I mean, you stared at a lot of basilisks, and you felt a bit of a tingle every time they looked at you, but you didn't think of anything of it. But you know,
It looks pretty koboldish though.
Did he buy it? What happened?
No, you didn't.
so far, yes, he's technically bought it.
Mulling it over his head.
He's at least mulling it over. There's a possibility that
Oh, I wish I
this
was
isn't
awake.
what it is.
I wish I was awake and be like, it was something I would say, but
Kind of confused by his thing, you know. I'm like, I just did wake up. I'm like, I guess I'm a little groggy, but I
And
slept pretty well.
yeah, Squeege, you quickly turn away. Make a sleight of hand check.
Avert your eyes.
6 plus 3, so 9.
Make a perception check.
passive one.
Is that on the quarter? Or
It looks
That's
cocked.
cocked.
Yeah, roll again.
Alright.
Roll again, because that's a 2 and a 17.
Oh,
And a 20.
20.
Oh, it's 2 and a 20? Yeah.
Yeah.
15's
19.
Pretty good.
You watch as this Kenku puts on a Kenku disguise. Now you know nothing. This isn't right.
Alright, so I stand up, go kind of reach for my
No. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. It's okay. I know you don't like me, but just listen. Just hear me out, if you will. Okay. It's a friend of mine. We've been traveling for some time.
So
He's good people.
it's a kobold.
You're very astute. Yes, it is a kobold. However, it is nice kobold. Friend. You know what that means? Friend.
He touches your face.
The only kobolds I've ever had encounters with that I've had to deal with in extreme measures.
I mean, you are aware that some cities do employ kobolds to, do things. They can be helpful, nice, useful, friendly.
Being a barbarian, you wouldn't know that.
I mean,
Or care.
yeah, I wouldn't know that or care.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did drink with me, which is cool.
I mean,
You hung out?
if Squeege wanted to hurt us, he would have done it already. While you're sleeping.
I mean, I don't like being tricked.
Well, the whole reason I'm wearing this disguise is because as soon as I took it off, you reached for your axe.
Yeah. It was for safety, as a precaution.
Point taken. Alright, you did get drunk with me. I guess I'll let it slide.
Sweet.
Okay.
Still don't like him anymore. So.
Yeah, as the three of you settle down into a somewhat uneasy watch, peering out at different directions. What is your guys' perception checks for the night?
Do we roll again? Or?
Yeah, we'll have new rolls because of the not you.
That's right. Sorry.
You're asleep.
That's right.
22.
And it's 10 to 5.
Oh, I actually got it really. Perception is 20,
Wait, did you want
22 as well.
Oh, you're
Oh.
being aided again.
Oh, well, let's see if I can get that 23. Oh, 22 it is.
22?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 22 as well.
The two of you stare out. The three of you stare out.
Oh, my
occasionally
disadvantage
being-
though, aren't I?
Yeah, with disadvantage.
No, I said it'll
Yeah,
round.
so just 13.
Staring out, you don't see any signs of anything.
Oh, they told us about the methods, right?
Yeah, you got told about the methods.
Okay.
You don't see any in the darkness. You're left with your thoughts for a few hours as you begin to just mull over the fact that you're traveling with a kind of person that you've killed before.
I mean, you killed humans before, probably.
Lots of these.
Right,
Another
but-
good point.
Yeah.
But there's a certain type of feeling when you kill a human or a possible beastman. Technically, you're not too particular, but it's still.
Wait a second, that's racist.
It's in the setting. But Cosmic, you spend a bit of time fiddling with your coin and looking around. You fiddle with the coin, look around, fiddle with your coin in that gem that's embedded in it. You see a sudden glimmer and you focus on it, and there's a spark that just erupts from it. And you're, whoa! And then you do it again. Nothing happens. Make an Arcana check.
Oh no. Oh, I know it should be decent for me, right? Yeah, I call that decent. 15.
15? Yeah, you fiddle with it. Fiddle with it. Doesn't do it again. Doesn't do it again. Then, about the 6th, 7th time, you see that sheen ripple across it and across the gem, that same flash again, and you produce a small little image that just kind of hovers there. And then it just dissipates, and you're like, no! No! And then you try it again. It doesn't work. And then you try it again. It doesn't work. And then you're like, no, all right. And then you begin fumbling with your hands again, trying to get the gestures right again. And then the little image appears again. And you're like, ah! And then in your excitement, it just... But you spend the next 2 hours of your shift fiddling with it, and you finally get it, and you begin experimenting even further, and you get excited, and it distracts Volgar a little bit. But you are now an arcane trickster.
I'm just picturing like Toby Maguire. Go Web, go!
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah, basically. With nobody to teach you how to do this, you've been fiddling with this coin for a really long time. It's just now you've accidentally stumbled across it, and you've done it before, but it was like months ago was the last time. But now you're like, yes, it's finally clicking.
Pinky up.
Yes.
Love.
Okay, and with that, everybody is level 3. As the sun begins to rise, you don't get to actually see it because of the mist and the treetop cover. And we're going to call it a night. Alright. Thank you for listening to Cats and Crowbars.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, Em here. Thanks for listening to Cats and Crowbars. As a reminder, we air every other week. Hope to see you there.